Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Movie Hero Network. I am Austin Pez Howell. I'll be your guest host just for the first few minutes here as Jordan Anderson arrives here in a little bit. This is Tournament Fights number 288, our second part of our action mystery series. We did a comedy mystery series, we did a horror series, we did a holiday series, and now we are right in the middle of our action series, as you may have guessed from that opening clip. But it should be a good time. We got lots of great movies in this bracket here tonight, a little bit stronger than part one, I would say, but we'll see what movies we have exactly in here as we get going. So let me bring in our panel we have for this evening. Got Mr. Zach Shelton. How's it going, Zach?
Good. I'm an action guy, and I've seen all but 10 of these movies. So I was able to watch three fully, and then today I started one. I'm about halfway done with one. So
nice. I think I've seen all but about two or three. I think something like that. So most of these. Yeah, we got Nic Hernandez. How's it going, Nick?
Howdy. I am ready to get back to action, but I have been in action before, at least not in this category. So we'll see how it goes. I've seen a lot of action movies, and hopefully there'll be some on this list that I have seen. Ooh,
the question is, will the Looney Tunes be back in action on this bracket? I don't think so, but we'll find out. It is a mystery series. I also got Chris Diaz. How's it going?
Again, I've seen almost all but 70. That's the first list of why I've seen a lot of these. I decided to talk about action. Let me on some action.
Yeah, let's get it done. And he survived Cyclone Alfred. I guess, took a little nap once he got there. But Richie Goodacre, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, I saw some action.
Yes.
But it wasn't the action I was expecting. But hey, I'm here to tell a tale, and I'm happy to be here. I don't know if I've seen these movies because I like to go in blind.
Okay, I think you will have seen a lot of these. There's a lot of all-timers on here, so I think you'll be pretty good to go. But speaking of Alfred, I believe there are a couple of Batman movies in here tonight, so Alfred will be well represented. So, but how it's going to work is, like I said, we got 64 additional action movies here tonight. We had 64 in part one. And how it's going to work is the Sweet 16 from part one will join the Sweet 16 from these other three parts, and then we'll have a big championship near the end of the month. So we'll be looking to see what makes that Sweet 16 here tonight. And we'll see what wins, part two here this evening. Captain America: The Winter Soldier won part one, so and became a first-time winner as it's never actually won a tournament on here. So, really solid movie to end part one. Other than that, you guys know how it works. You're all veterans of tournament fights. Just keep it relatively quick and short and fast-paced, and we'll get it done. Just a couple quick thoughts here and there, and we'll keep it rolling. So let's not waste any more time. Bring up the bracket here, and this is all random. There are no seeds. I just put them on the randomizer, and we'll see what happens. So scrolling on over and get started here, we got Iron Man 2 and The Italian Job, the remake of Mark Wahlberg. So Richie, you're at the bottom, so
yeah, I mean, this is more tricky than you think. Iron Man 2 is all right. It's sort of like, I think MCU is still trying to find its footing around this time. It's not the greatest sequel. I think there's good things in it. I think this is when we acknowledge maybe Marvel's going to have a villain problem. Italian Job's a good remake. I think it's fun. I'll go Iron Man 2 just by here.
Okay. That's Chris.
Iron Man 2, one of my least favorite Marvel movies. I think it's okay. Villain Palmer, 20 stuff is great, but everything out is woof. Mickey White the Bird, don't get me started. I love Italian Job, so my vote would go Italian Job.
Italian Job, all right, Nick.
Specifically for this bracket, I do think that Iron Man 2 has some great action sequences. So on that basis alone, I'm going with Iron Man 2.
Okay, Zach.
Yeah, Iron Man 2 is good, but I really liked The Italian Job when I watched it, and for a time I actually wanted to own a Mini Cooper because of this movie, just because of all the fun scenes that you see it with. So I'm going to go with the Italian Job.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm kind of with Richie. This is pretty tight in that they're both all right. I think overall they have their moments. Iron Man 2 is a little overstuffed, with plot lines. I think they were trying to cram a lot of stuff in before the Avengers. But the Italian Job's fun, and we saw Jason Statham in the opening, and that wasn't the Italian Job, but Statham's in this movie is Handsome Rob or something like that. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's decent, and Ed Norton is a villain. I'll go Italian Job. Why not? I don't see it that much.
What car do you own, Zach?
A Ford Fiesta right now.
Oh, that's
Right.
Party car. All right. So there we go. But we got a little more MCU. We got The Avengers, speaking of that, from 2012, and Three Kings. So, Chris.
So, Freaking, one of these 7 movies I have not seen, but I added to my list to watch soon this year because I've been hearing nothing but major thing about it. But I had to go for The Avengers. Avengers is what started the universe to sound more right with all of the Avengers coming together. It gave it to Thanos. The action was good. It's not my favorite The Avengers movie, but it is a fun ass movie. I remember how fun I had the night back in 2012 through The Avengers.
Yeah, for sure. Nick. And yeah, this is actually we have another MCU versus Mark Wahlberg. We had 2 in a row. So, that's kind of a coincidence.
Blame the randomizer, I guess.
Yes.
So yeah, I definitely think that The Avengers is a great movie because it is mostly just action. All the setup stuff we kind of already did, laying the groundwork with the previous films. So again, with this being the action tournament, I think we need to give it to the Avengers.
All right, Zach.
Yeah, I like Three Kings, but The Avengers is actually my favorite MCU movie. So The Avengers.
Yeah. And I've seen Three Kings, but man, it's been a long time. I'm really due for a rewatch on it to go back and see it, but I will do that very, very soon. But yeah, I saw The Avengers, man, just as an event movie. I saw it 5 or 6 times in the theater just to experience that crowd reaction. Yeah, really fun, and the action is very good. Like that battle in New York is pretty great, and there's some good stuff throughout it. So I'll go with the 2012 Avengers. Or as Richie, I don't know if do they call it Avengers Assemble over there where you are?
That's just UK, I think.
UK? Okay, gotcha.
Because of the Ray Fiennes movie.
Yeah, right.
Because apparently people are stupid and can't tell the difference. I love Three Kings. I'm not a huge David O. Russell fan. That's probably one of my favorite movies. But yeah, it's just really good. But it's not like action nonstop. And I think if we're thinking the more sort of thrilling action, and then just the kind of culmination of the first sort of phase, if you will, is the Avengers. I think it was back when they were cooking. I feel like every comic book movie was an event. Remember that? Remember those times when comic book movies didn't bomb? So anyway, Avengers.
Yeah. All right. So Avengers take a clean sweep here. All right, and we'll go down to a little more MCU. We got Avengers Endgame. It's comic book heavy tonight. I will say that versus the Bourne Supremacy. So the second film.
Oh, that's tough.
So, all right, Nick.
Oh God! Oh, you put me in a tough spot here. Here's the thing. I think that Endgame's kind of a mess. It is a decent film and has a pretty solid payoff. But as I've not seen the Bourne Supremacy, I've only seen one Bourne movie, and that was not it. So I'm going to have to go with Endgame on this one.
All right. Zach?
I haven't seen any of the Bourne movies. I haven't gotten around to those. But I have seen pretty much every MCU movie, so my vote goes to Endgame.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Nick in that I think Endgame's kind of messy, especially on rewatches. I think the time travel stuff is very sloppily kind of done in that movie, and it does take kind of forever to get anywhere. A little overstuffed, too many characters, but I mean the action is good when we get to it, and when it happens, I think the Russos do know how to do action. Bourne Supremacy, I like the Bourne movies, but oddly enough, one of my problems with those movies is the action because they do the shaky cam shit, which I don't like. The very shaky, quick editing stuff, which was a problem in the 2000s for a lot of movies. Yeah, with that and some of the Taken movies, things like that. Just too much shaky, like all over the place, not just pulling the camera back and letting things happen. So for this tournament, I think the action might be a little smoother in Endgame. So I'll go Endgame. Richie?
Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from there. I think Endgame sort of represents the sort of what I perceive as like the downturn of the MCU. I don't think they've ever picked up the quality since like like I just feel like they did quality ever since. But yeah, the Bourne movie is a lot of fun. The shaky cam thing that can get annoying, but like I still think like it's a good solid action franchise if you don't count the Jason Bourne. So I'll go Bourne Supremacy.
Yeah, fair enough. Chris?
You feel me a tight spot. I love both of these movies a lot. I love Endgame a lot. One of my favorite theater experiences. See a few times in theater. Do love Bourne a lot. To me, it stopped after 3. The last 2 are really bad. But I do go with Richie. I do get some love to Bourne. It's shaky cam, but the car chasing with Carl Urban at the beginning of that last half hour is really great. A couple of kills is great. It's really good suspense thriller. I see it undervalued a lot, the committee to Bourne Supremacy.
All right, so a bit of a split vote here, but it'll still be Endgame with 3-2. All right, going down to got Snowpiercer. Speaking of Bong Joon-ho, as Mickey 17 in theaters right now, and we've got the original, The Fast and the Furious. So yeah, Zach.
I like the original Fast and Furious. But I'm going to give it to Snowpiercer because I remember watching it and just being more enthralled and just engaged in the story. And it's actually one that I definitely want to rewatch. So I'm going to give it to Snowpiercer.
Yeah, this one's interesting because, you go back and watch that original Fast and Furious movie. There's not as much racing as you might think is in it. It's only like a couple of races here and there. And it's a lot more just about like plotting to steal DVD players. And it's not as great. Yeah, that's
$50.
Man, they were real expensive back then. I think I'll go Snowpiercer because at least the action in that movie is a little more unique and kind of stands out a little more and visually pretty good. Mickey 17, by the way, bit of a disappointment. Not as good as you might think. So I'll go Snowpiercer. Reggie?
Damn, not as good as the other 16.
Yeah, I know. I think they lost their way after like 11 or something. Yeah, it's just. I don't know. That was good.
Fair enough. I think like Snowpiercer action's unique, and but I see it like Snowpiercer can fit under a lot of genres, but it's more like dystopian sort of. I don't know, like dystopian drama with action, and I don't know. I still while there's like not as much action in Fast and Furious, when the action you do get is like it's still really good in these 3 guys. So I will go Fast and Furious.
All right, welcome, Jordan. We'll get to you in just a second. We're going around the horn here, but we're voting on Snowpiercer and the original Fast and Furious. But we're going to Chris.
Yeah, I can tell you for sure which Fast and Furious is which into number 5. But it's Snowpiercer. I love it. Great action. The one Scott room with it gets dark and then you get the hatchet coming out. It's fantastic. Just some great action secrets in Snowpiercer. My vote goes Snowpiercer.
All right. Yeah, Nick.
So the Fast series is kind of weird. I've seen the first 3 and it seemed like they couldn't really find their footing until much later. I think that the first Fast and Furious movie is just okay. I have not seen Snowpiercer, but not for lack of trying. It is on my list. Fuck it, I'll go with Fast and Furious. Why not? I don't think it'll matter.
No, that's fine. All right, Jordan, what you got on this one?
Yeah, so I'll just say I'm not going to waste too much time with it, but I found a new energy drink called Maripop. So there you go. I'm just gonna show that, and I'll maybe tell you if it's good or not. But because it's probably they had one called Phase Pop, and I think it's the same thing, just with like a different title. It's weird, but yeah. For this one, I think so. They're both really, really good. Because I'm a big Fast and Furious fan. There's a couple wonky ones in there where like the last like 3 just like they weren't great, but this first one, just when it's all racing, and you got Dom and Brian O'Connor or Brian Spillner, that they say in there, and they're just like hijacking semi trucks and stealing DVD players back then. So that's like and when it came out, it was like prime high school time where I was about a sophomore in high school, and I swear everybody at my high school, because of these movies, were getting Mitsubishi Eclipse or Lancers or like Hondas and like souping them up, or Toyotas. It's just yeah, it became a whole thing at my high school. But so I'm gonna go with Fast and the Furious. There's certain ones I would vote for and certain ones I wouldn't. This is one I like, so I'll go with that.
All right, so Jordan's here just in time to make it a tie. So Richie,
Fast and Furious, yeah.
Fast and Furious. Okay.
All
All right.
right.
Fast and Furious goes on.
No.
All right. Going down to another car movie. We got Gone in 60 Seconds with Nick Cage and Furiosa. So there you go. Yeah, very car-centric movies here. So yeah, it's on me. Yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds is another one I need to revisit. I probably haven't seen it since the early 2000s when I rented it. I need to see if it kind of holds up or not. I'm not sure. But Furiosa is great and was kind of just outside of my top 12 last year, and a pretty worthy follow-up movie to Fury Road. So I'll go Furiosa. Jordan.
Yeah, and that phase pop, the Mara pop, I guess they call it the ghost energy. It's good. It's about a 7 out of 10 because they like redid the formula for the old popsicle flavor or whatever they had. So this one's a little better, not a lot better though. So 7 out of 10. But and for this matchup, yeah, I'll give it to Furiosa. Furiosa is awesome. Yeah, I think that it's a great follow-up. I'm really sad it didn't do better at the box office, so we probably won't get any more of these, unfortunately. But I mean, never say never, but I doubt it. But and Gone in 60 Seconds is cheesy fun. Like he's after his Porsche called Eleanor or whatever, and like there's like a steamy little scene. I remember there's another one that came out when I was in high school with Nick Cage and Angelina Jolie, like getting it on in the car. But yeah, I got to give it to Furiosa. Furiosa rules. There's some really cool stuff at like the Bullet Farm and like the different like spots that they go to out in then this like desert area, and it's just like if the Fury Road's a 10 out of 10, this one's got to be like a 9 out of 10 for me. Like it's almost there. So yeah, Furiosa.
I've never pointed out this before, Jordan, but you got an insane memory for stuff.
Yeah, that's what people always tell me. They're like, how do you remember that stuff? Like, but it's useless information. Like commercial jingles from when I was a kid. I'll remember that stuff too.
Yeah, I don't have character names. But yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds is a decent remake. Yeah, I think my mum bought me the DVD thinking it was the Nicolas Cage one once, and it was the original. I was like, but it's still okay. But Furiosa is really, really good. Chris Hemsworth is having a ball, and the action rules. So yeah, Furiosa.
Yeah,
Chris.
How you make it memorable, Furiosa.
Yep.
Nick.
So, I haven't seen any of the Mad Max films. I have watched Gone in 60 Seconds, but it was so long ago I barely remember it. However, that's enough for me to vote for it, so Gone in 60 Seconds.
Sure.
Yeah. Zach.
Yeah, so I have seen Gone 60 Seconds, but it's one I have to revisit because it's been so long. And I did really enjoy Furiosa. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth just looks like he's having fun in his role, and it just like that's all. That was kind of cool to see. I'm gonna go with Furiosa.
Ready, go.
Yeah.
All right. Going down to Logan and Run Lola Run. Jordan.
Oh, Jordan's gonna vote.
I'll go for Run Lola Run. No. Yeah, I gotta go Lola, but Run Lola Run is like a really cool movie that's kind of like a thrill ride, like the whole time, like from beginning to end. You're just like going, but but yeah, I mean, Logan's my favorite movie, so I'll go with Logan.
Mm-hmm. Richie?
Yeah, Run Lola Run is one of those movies that gets praised a lot, and it's just one of those big blind spots. So I'll need to get to it eventually. Logan is really good though. Although I would say like what the kind of what kind of draws me to it. It's not really the action necessarily, but why the action is really good. It's sort of the kind of the friendship between Xavier and Logan, and that kind of the drama surrounding it, and the kind of neo noir sort of western style. So I'll go Logan though.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, one is one of those that I have not seen, but as soon as I saw a list, I added to my watch list later this week because of the reviews I heard from people. Like Logan, it's the best X-Men movie. Like it's the best Wolverine movie, and I love it. So Shane Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nick, what do you say?
Yeah, Logan.
There you go. Logan.
Is that?
It's my vote is for Logan because I haven't seen Run Lola Run. So Logan.
Shoot, am I the only one that's seen it, or have you seen it, Austin?
No, I own it. I've seen it. Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray over here. Yeah, I'll pull it. I just don't have it near me because I'm in alphabetical order, so the R's are like way back there.
Okay,
it's not within arm's reach, but no, I've seen Run Lola Run, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I almost played a clip. I almost played a clip from it to open the show tonight because it's just a running clip with her just running all over the place. And it's fun, but yeah, good soundtrack. And it's a nice, quick, like 80-minute movie. You know, it's a little time loop movie. It's a lot of fun. So I'd give a pivy vote to Run Lola Run, but Logan's gonna win anyways. It's good stuff.
Yeah, Run Lola Run has a nice little kind of like techno-y soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it's just like dum.
Yeah, right.
It's just fun. All right, we got Gladiator and Kingsman. So Richie.
Yeah, it's just very tough. The action in Gladiator is really good. Action in Kingsman is very good too. Or else. I don't really know rhyme or reason either way. I will just go with the more sort of epic one. I'll go Gladiator.
All right.
Yeah. Chris.
Just like picking my favorite child. Yeah, I love both these movies. They both great actors. Sequence, but I had to go for the more memorable. I had to go with the one of the best action sequence combo movie with that church fight scene. Kingsman Secret Service.
Yeah.
Nick.
So this is tough because I own both of these movies. I think I'm gonna have to give the slight edge to Kingsman just because that church scene is one of the best I've ever seen. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zach.
Yeah, so I've seen both these movies. It's been a while since I've seen Gladiator, and that's another one I have to rewatch because I don't remember much about it. I do remember a lot about Kingsman, especially the one scene that people were talking about. But also, I like the various performances and just all the different hijinks that go on. So I'm going to go with Kingsman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, it's tricky because it's good action in two different ways. Because Gladiator is great sword and sandals, sword fights and bloody, action in that way. And Kingsman is obviously the kind of hyperkinetic, comic book action, but it's well done as well. So it's really tricky. I'll just keep it interesting and go Gladiator here and keep it alive. Jordan.
Yeah, this one's like way tougher than I would have thought because, like, in a lot of instances, like. Gladiator's like an all-time like a movie that like it should be in my top 64. I don't think it is though, but it might like bump up there someday. But the Kingsman, the Secret Service is in my top 64, and that movie was awesome. Yeah, and it's probably the one that I go back to slightly more. So, but. There's no knock on Gladiator here because it's like splitting hairs, but I'll go with the Kingsman.
All right, Kingsman. Good
Watch a movie, not entertain.
Yeah, no, nope.
All right, going down to Alien Romulus, another recent one, and The Matrix.
Well done. Well done.
Chris. Yeah, I told you I don't know if the matches are going to be like I told us at the beginning. Jordan wasn't here for it, but like the matches in the first round, there's some really good ones, but there's some great movies overall. But the matches when we get to like the second and third round are going to be rough, like really rough.
Right.
So get ready.
Yeah,
Maybe not as much in this first round, but there's great movies in here. There's some all timers in here tonight. So
yeah.
But Chris, you're first.
Oh, that's a tough one. Alien Romulus is a movie I like a lot. I think it do for rewatch. And mostly see if I still have issue with some of the stuff that I did the first time. But the Matrix, the action sequence is amazing. The rescue with it's amazing. The Matrix, that final fight between Agent Smith and Neo is one of the best action sequences any of them. Oh, the Matrix, get me bro.
All right. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Nick.
I am, at the end of the day, a kung fu fan at heart, and I mean, there's just so much I really enjoy about the Matrix. Stop trying to hit me, and I thought that Alien Romulus was decent. I didn't love it as much as everybody else did, but I do think that it's like definitely the best sequel we've gotten in a hot minute as far as the Alien franchise is concerned. Still not better to beat the original Matrix, though.
Yeah.
Zach, what do you say?
Yeah, so I think the Matrix is good. Again, this is another one that I need to rewatch because I'm thinking I've only seen it once. But I did watch Alien Romulus recently, and I really did enjoy it. It takes a little bit to get going, but once it does, it's nonstop for me, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna go with Alien Romulus.
Yeah. Austin.
No, I mean Alien Romulus. Yeah, it was in my top 12 last year. I think it's great and it's really, really good. But if we're going like kind of the theme of the tournament, if we're going action, I mean, The Matrix changed the game when it came to action movies. I mean, it started, and spawned, dozens of knockoff movies essentially that just use the same concepts and whatnot. So it literally is like this cornerstone of action movies. If this was The Matrix versus Aliens, I think it would be way tougher actually when it comes to action. But I'll go Matrix here. Jordan.
Yeah, so this is my number 2 favorite movie of all time, and what I want to see is my number 1 and my number 2 movies of all time go head to head and see what happens. So yeah, the Matrix was my number 1 right up until Logan was released, and pretty much knew pretty quickly, like literally like the same day I saw it. I'm like, I think I just saw my new favorite movie of all time, which was Logan at the time. It was like that instantaneous. It was weird. Sometimes it takes time to figure these things out, but that one didn't for me. But The Matrix, yeah, it just that movie rules. Yeah, I've seen that movie at least 100 times. It's so good. So yeah, I'll go with The Matrix.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, it's annoying, but because Alien Romulus was really good, and I think Kelly Spaney could be like a leading woman in action if she wanted to go that route with a career. I think she fit the role really well, and she's a great actress. And yeah, the action is really good, and shout out to David Johnson too; he was really good too. But yeah, The Matrix is one of my favorite movies of all time, and yeah, again, I've saw one of the first DVDs I've ever owned. So. The Matrix.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll take this one overall. All right.
And Ross, I don't know what you're talking about there. 45 minutes of trailers. What?
You should complain to you should complain to your theater about that.
Yeah.
It sounds like a mistake.
So. 45 minutes before the movie. I see what.
How did they not run out of trailers? Like what?
Yeah, 45.
Yeah, that seems like a mistake. All right, I believe we have a Brad Pitt matchup here because it's Troy. Yeah, Troy versus Fury. So yeah, that's how it showed up in here. Yeah, Fury.
One word title.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All
right. So we'll go to Nick first.
Not going to hold you guys in ceremony here. I've not seen either one of these movies. I will just flip in a coin, go with Fury.
Fury. All right.
Sure, yeah.
You chose wisely.
So.
Yep. Zach.
Yeah, I've seen both, but I enjoyed Fury a little bit more than Troy, so Fury.
All right.
Yeah. Austin.
No, these are both great. I think Fury's a really good war movie. Yeah, some great tank action in there. And it just comes down to Troy's actually in my 128. I've always been a big fan of Troy, especially the director's cut. The long cut is very good. Some great fights, great sequences in there, and I just I think it's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna go with Troy here.
Yeah. So I have a little bit of connection to one of these movies, slightly, that is Fury, because I met Jonathan Bernthal at a convention, and I was asking him what his next movie was, and he said, "Well, I'm doing this movie with Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf called Fury," and like he was really cool because my buddy that I was with, he was in a wheelchair, so he sat and talked to us for 5 or 6 minutes. He was like super nice. But then coming up in Shia LaBeouf also, he came to Idaho to train at what he calls the Gowan Fields. It's actually just field with no S, but that's fine. Like that's kind of nitpicky. No one's gonna know that. But we don't have a really prolific tank division out there, so it's kind of out by the Boise Airport where it's at, and so he was there for like a month, like training out there for this movie. So that's cool. But so yeah, I'll give it to Fury, but Troy's all right. I'm not like that high on it, so yeah, I'll go Fury. But Richie.
I'll make it interesting. Go Troy, and also because it's got Nathan Jones in it.
Yeah,
yeah.
But by the way, speaking of wrestling, I was just looking at John Bernthal's Wikipedia real quick. Did you know John Bernthal is married to Kurt Angle's niece?
Yeah, he's Kurt. He's basically Kurt Angle's is Kurt Angle is his uncle by.
It's like uncle by marriage or something, uncle-in-law or something like that, whatever you want to call it.
Marriage. Yeah. I think both of them have a podcast, and they've each done each other's podcast, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
that's awesome. That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Tyler Maine's also in Troy, who was a wrestler at one point. But yeah, of course.
Yeah, Troy is fine. I remember it more for the Peter to a Brad Pitt scene about the sun body more than any of the action sequences. It's very wanted to bet one-of-one scene with the tank versus tank. And I love that scene. It's the last good David Ayer movie before he went to shit, as he did with his career. But Fury, get my vote.
Yeah, but ex-wife is always quick to point out you get to see Brad Pitt's ass in Troy, so she would always mention that.
Well, there's a lot of very beautiful people in Troy, so yeah.
Yeah, right.
and I guess we'll see Eric Bana in that Battle of the Hulks tournament because Troy will show up in there.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So, all right. What's that?
Yeah.
Is Harrison Ford in there?
No. Harrison Ford will have his own tournament at some point. We can do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put him in there. Yeah.
All right, I got The Last Jedi against Kill Bill Volume 1. So both kind of lightsabers versus swords, I guess you could say. Zach?
Yeah. This is actually easy for me. I like The Last Jedi. It has problems, but overall I didn't mind it. But Kill Bill Volume 1 is my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, and that's just chock full of action, and I love every fight scene. So Kill Bill Volume 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin.
This is fairly easy for me. I do not like The Last Jedi. I think The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker are both shit. And they're not good. So very easy. And Tarantino's one of my favorite directors. And yeah, the battle with the crazy 88s at the end of Kill Bill Volume 1 is awesome. So and it rules. So yeah, I'll go Kill Bill.
Well, for those that are part of our like group chat for the channel, me and Chad Webb went back and forth on The Last Jedi, and I can't stand it. He loves it for whatever reason. There's only two things that I do like about it. I will point out the things that are good. There's a scene near the beginning with Poe that's like a like spaceship kind of X-wing TIE fighter battle that's fun, and then the throne room scene. Those two scenes are good. Everything else about this movie sucks ass. It's just bad. So, but Kill Bill rules, especially part 1. That is my absolute favorite one. I just love all the fight scenes. I love like the whole like the sword maker that comes out of retirement to help her, and like they're just really cool. Just like like scenes from beginning to end. The fight scenes, but even just the like dialogue. But there's fun stuff. You got the pussy wagon in there. You got a bunch of just like crazy like things in there. So yeah, I'll go Kill Bill. Richie.
Yeah, I don't have this like visceral hate for the Last Jedi as other people do, but I think that this matchup just comes down to what kind of action you like. But yeah, I think Kill Bill Volume 1, the action is fantastic, and yeah, it's got like, it's got some like, like, like action legends in there, isn't it? Like Sonny Chiba
is Hattori Hanzo, yeah.
Sonny
Oh yeah,
Chiba.
yeah.
Yes.
And, so yeah, I think this could go. Honestly, could go far in the tournament. So I'm gonna go Kill Bill Volume 1.
Yeah, I think Tarantino is a bit of a Sonny Chiba fan because that and True Romance, So
yeah.
but
Chris,
what do you say?
I am sorry, Jedi. Kind of a chatty. I love Last Jedi. I think the second best thing from Disney Star Wars besides Rogue One and Andor. Like, but yeah, but it Kill Bill. Like, I much love Last Jedi Kill Bill. The crazy fight, the beginning fight, like, and the one-on-one duel at the end. Some of the best action for Tarantino. Second best action for Tarantino. I think Chain helps up top it with some of the action sequence changes to the end.
Yeah. And it also has the obligatory cartoon amounts of blood everywhere, which is Tarantino's thing, so that's all right. But Nick, what do you say?
So, hot take, I was not terribly impressed with either one of these movies. I will say that as far as The Last Jedi is concerned, that is not the problem with the sequel trilogy. They're kind of endeavoring to course correct was the issue. And on rewatch, The Last Jedi has actually some pretty solid ideas. That said, I don't remember a thing about it. As far as action is concerned, the only thing I can remember about it outside of the betrayal in the throne room, is Adam Driver being shirtless. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Kill Bill as a solid action film. And I agree with Richie that it is very much a stylistic choice. I think that Tarantino pays more attention to the action and making sure they look correct. And while I wasn't a big fan of the plot, you can always be happy that you get a good fight scene out of Kill Bill at least.
Yeah.
All right. So
why did Adam Driver need to be shirtless? There's no way.
There's nothing more down and then
well, it's one of those things where it's like the SNL skit. Is Benedict Cumberbatch hot? You can say the same thing about Adam Driver. Is Adam Driver hot? Is he? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah,
maybe I don't know. I guess
for me that's like Hilary Swank to me. Like I'm not sure if she's hot. Maybe, but I don't know.
Maybe
she's hot and it's on
lighting.
I don't
know.
It was weird seeing Carol Hannah at the Oscars, by the way, just randomly there.
Got Tenet from Christopher Nolan and Star Trek Into Darkness.
Ooh.
So it's on
me. Interesting for a different reason.
Yeah, this is very interesting because Tenet, oddly enough, the action is not what I have a problem with because the action is, well done for what it is. It's just the story makes no fucking sense and only makes sense in Nolan's head. And I have no idea what's going on when the action is happening, but it looks good. And then Star Trek Into Darkness, again, has some solid visuals and stuff, but the story's kind of lacking as well. So this is kind of similar. I'll go to the one I've probably just seen more. I can at least watch Into Darkness, and still be overall entertained. So I'll go with Into Darkness. And I was the only one in a theater when I saw Tenet because it was right in the middle of COVID, and I was in the middle of a 300-seat theater by myself watching Tenet. That was surreal.
But I thought Tenet was supposed to bring back movie theaters. Isn't that what the idea was?
Back
right?
One mom and pop theater. It did not bring back multiplexes. So,
yeah, right.
You probably would have been in the theater by yourself if COVID wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Who was this movie for?
I don't know. I don't know.
There were 5 people to see it.
I'm really confused. I still don't know what I watched.
Well, yeah, my thoughts are pretty much the same thing. These are 2 movies that I was really hyped for, but really disappointed. They just weren't that great, either one of them. And I also saw it, just me and my ex-wife in a theater. We had to drive 2 hours for the nearest open theater near us, and we lived in Seattle, so you think there'd be a bunch there, and they're not open. So, and yeah, like Tenet just doesn't make any sense. And then it also suffers from a sound design problem, which I hope Christopher Nolan can fix, because even in Oppenheimer, the sound design was better, but it wasn't totally fixed though. There's still issues, I think. So I don't know, so it's like right when Robert Pattinson's trying to explain like what's happening, what's going on. So this is how it works. There's like booming loud sound and you can't hear a word he's saying, and you're like, what the hell? So and yeah, I think that Into Darkness is at least watchable. I mean, it's not like great. They really butchered Khan, but it's still at least watchable. So, and Tenet, I don't really want to watch it again. So I'll go Into Darkness. But Richie.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch looks like a very sexy piece of broccoli. If you look at that. Tenet, Christopher Nolan directs action well, so that was like probably like the only like good thing I could say about it. But yeah, it was just one of the more pretentious movies I've ever seen. Just like, okay, well, you need to watch it multiple times. No, fuck off. You get one chance. If I don't understand it, you're done. And I think it also suffers because, like, I think we will work it out now that John David Washington is not his dad. He doesn't have the charisma of his
just
dad.
Doesn't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've yet to be really impressed by him in a movie.
And at least Into Darkness has its issues as well, but at least I could, I could sit down and watch Star Trek Into Darkness, after this, and it'll be fine. So I'll go straight into Darkness.
Yeah. Chris.
Subject Into Darkness, what Austin feel about The Last Jedi and see Into Darkness is and before Section 21, the more insulting subject movie to me, besides some of the original. Insulting for someone who loved Ratsakana, just the insult to what made that original movie great. And it was big red sign back then to J.J. Abrams what this bad famous thought, or looking back on it now. I like Tenet. I'm one of the people who rewatch it, I liked it more, and we talked about action only. The action in Tenet stand out more. The airport fight scene, like the last half hour, the opera house sequence in the beginning. Tenet stand out to me more like the action sequence being and the car chase sequences with them going back and forth. It's pretty impressive when we watch.
So Tenet, can you explain what Tenet's about for me, please?
Yeah.
Explain it
if we talk about action, that's what I mean. They're trying to remember action, not about what.
It's like they say in the movie. Just let it happen, Richie. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Don't think about it at all, or it'll break your brain.
Not the impressive best Star Trek action sequences.
Yeah. Nick.
Nick.
As somebody who is not a Trekkie, I really liked Star Trek Into Darkness. I haven't seen Tenet. I'll get to the other Christopher Nolan movies later, but for now, gotta go with Star Trek Into Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that like people like Into Darkness if they're not like a big Star Trek fan. You're just like a fan of action movies and stuff.
Well, I told my girlfriend, she hasn't seen these 3 like J.J. Abrams movies or whatever. Like I said, they're actually, you might like them because they're kind of made for non-Star Trek fans. So
yeah, they are.
They're Star Trek movies that are made for if you're not into Star Trek. So,
yeah, kind of weird.
And she would probably like Section 31, not made for Star Trek fans.
Yeah, right.
Probably so. Yeah. But Zach.
Yeah, so Tenet was one of the 4 movies that I watched for this, partly because I had seen every Christopher Nolan movie except Tenet. I watched that last night, and it's like, I like the score and I like the action. I was so confused the entire freaking time. I had no idea what the hell was going on. And I like Star Trek Into Darkness, so Star Trek Into Darkness.
All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Into Darkness wins. But hey, I'll at least give it this. Both these movies had really good trailers. Go back and watch the trailers. They're really
they did. Yeah.
Trailers are awesome. Yeah. So,
and also too, I remember when I can't remember what IMAX movie that they showed the extended clip for Tenet in it, but I remember that like seeing that I was like hyped. I'm like, that looks freaking amazing, and then it was a letdown.
Yeah.
Also, the message start.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Edge of Tomorrow and Taken. So we'll go Jordan.
Yeah, this one is interesting. I think Taken's really, really solid. I mean, the other two Taken aren't that great, but this one's really good. He's a man with a special set of skills, and he's gonna use them. Man. But The Edge of Tomorrow, though, it's just really, really good. Like that movie, like had some amazing action scenes. It's a fun time loop movie. With Bill Paxton just showing up at the beginning of like every time loop thing is fun, and it's just him trying to figure out more and more of it. It almost plays like there's a video game that I have done a few streams that I want to get back into, but it's called Death Loop, and like basically you're in this big time loop, and then every time that you die, you got to restart, but you get to keep some of the weapons, not all of them, but you know where all the good weapons are. You know what you have to do. You know what the objectives are, so you can like race through it, and like it's kind of fun the way that it plays out. So, but yeah, and Edge of Tomorrow kind of feels in a way kind of like a video game of sorts. So, and it's fun. So I'll go Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Richie.
Richie.
A movie that got too many sequels, in my opinion. A movie that should have got a sequel, but because no one's. Yeah. I think Taken is the best / worst thing that happened to Liam Neeson's career, because then he just fucking kept making these things, and
and he's still making these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they all are directed by the Yame Colette Sarah guy or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Like, they're all directed by the same dude who's also directing that Woman in the Yard movie, and it plasters it on screen. I'm like, yeah, but you know that guy directed like a lot of the shitty Liam Neeson movies, so that doesn't make it exciting. But
just slap a generic title on it, and then but the first take, I can't deny the first Taken is really good. It's a fun ride, and it was very surprising. And Edge of Tomorrow is really good as well. Great sci-fi action. I will go by here. I'll go Taken, but I don't mind if Edge of Tomorrow goes through.
Yeah. Chris, what do you say?
The one movie on here that I've been wanting a sequel to ever since I saw it, Edge of Tomorrow. I fucking love this movie. Love it every time we watch it, especially for trivia purposes and other league. Like Emily Blunt, everybody killed the action sequence is great. Get a sequel. Stop make more Mission Impossible movie. Give us a sequel to Edge of Tomorrow and Tom Cruise. Like I so want Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow, Taken good, but the sequel left a bad taste in my mouth when I say it's Taken nowadays.
Well, I still think that they could do a sequel to Edge of Tomorrow. I mean, once he wraps up all the Mission Impossible stuff, maybe, but I don't know if it would ever happen, but it could. So.
Get it done before Emily Blunt joined the combat movie at this point, because sooner or later that's gonna happen.
Probably, yeah. But Nick, what do you say?
I don't think that we should hold sequels against the original. I mean, look at the things that we've already let slide here. The Matrix didn't have great sequels, and we still let that thing slide. But I will say that these movies are just at two wildly different marketing ploys and trailers. Just Taken became iconic solely because of how well put together that trailer / monologue was, and Edge of Tomorrow, I mean, they got cold feet and just really didn't know how to market the film. And because of that, I haven't seen it. So I got to go with Taken. I love Taken. I've seen it several times over the last, I think it's been around for about a decade, I think. But I really enjoy it.
Almost a decade. I think it came out 2008, I believe. 2007, 2008.
Yeah. But
was it 8? Okay.
Yeah. But Zach, what do you say?
I like both movies. I'm more drawn to Edge of Tomorrow because of the whole time loop thing, and you get to learn more things as the story progresses. And cool ideas. So Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about Tom Cruise. Like, he wants to make sure that the audience has a good time. Like, he's really good about that. So I appreciate that. But Austin, what do you say?
Yeah, I'll go with Edge of Tomorrow, and yeah, shout out to Bill Paxton, one of his last movies before his unfortunate, passing. He's really good in that. But yeah, I think it has kind of the more unique action, so I'll go with that. But all right, we'll go with Edge of Tomorrow.
And that was your conclusion. Please explain to me what Oblivion was about.
All right, we got The Suicide Squad, and we've got Civil War from last year. So we'll start with Richie. I'll be right back.
Okay. This is actually very difficult. I think the Suicide Squad, obviously the action's quite obviously the action's really cool there. In a different sense to Civil War. I just think that the way the action's shot in Civil War is so good, and I think it's some of the war scenes are so well shot, and it's one of the reasons why it made my top 12 of last year. I think it's so well done. I think it should have actually got more award consideration. Again, Kelly Spain killing it. So I get if Suicide Squad goes through, I understand. That's great action, but I think Civil War is just that it's just it films action so well, and those war scenes are just they're sort of masterful the way they're directed. So I think Alex Garland has a huge achievement. So I'm gonna go Civil War.
Yeah, sounds good. Chris, what do you say?
It's a tough because they both have standout moment. Civil War, the last 20 minutes in Washington D.C. and the way it's shot with the action sequences. Suicide Squad, the final fight, the infiltration of the camp scene where they doing one off who gets to kill the most and one of the fun action sequence. That movie. I might have to go to Suicide Squad just because I remember having a lot laugh with the action sequences. I was having fun. Civil War just gave me too much anxiety at point with Suicide.
Yeah, I don't think that Google knows who is even in the Suicide Squad because it's mixing up cast from all these movies when you Google. It's saying Jennifer Garner was in it. It's saying Anna Paquin was in it. Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
The movie with John Cena.
Not correct.
Yeah. I think Google thinks you're trying to search for X-Men, but all right.
Yeah, right. It's weird. I don't know, but or just superhero ensemble movies. I don't know, but Nick, what do you say?
I think if you Google the Suicide Squad, it might put you on some sort of list somewhere. We gotta keep an eye out for you. I really like the Suicide Squad. I thought in terms of action, it has got some really just a very dynamic action sequences from the beach sequence at the very beginning, and then the Harley Quinn's escape. I just think that there's just so much, and these are just the ones that Chris did mention. So I got to give it to, and plus the last fight scene between Peacemaker and Rick Flag was really good too. So the Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Zach, what do you say?
Yeah, so I don't know if this is a hot take, but I like Suicide Squad more than the Suicide Squad. And I had more fun with that one, but I haven't seen Civil War, so I will go with the Suicide Squad because I've seen it.
Yeah.
Wait, did you have fun reading the Joker's tattoos? Was that the thing?
I'd rather do that than watch. Nick, I'd rather read his tattoos than watch the Suicide Squad again because I'm with Nick. I'm with Zach. I much prefer the David Ayer movie than this James Gunn movie because I think it was James Gunn just trying to make a rated R MCU movie, and the reason why I like the DC movies because they weren't the MCU movies, and so fuck this movie. So
that is fair. So, Gunn does go a little bit too far in places. With
he made a damn R-rated Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That's all he made with this movie. So I mean, it's all it was. I mean, John Cena's fine.
Totally fair point.
He's the standout, and so good on him. But but even as far as action goes, I think Civil War had the best single action scene of 2024. I think that Siege of DC is amazing. That whole sequence is awesome. So I'm gonna go Civil War here.
Yeah. So I'm also with you guys as well. I like the first Suicide Squad, just Suicide Squad they call it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me, I just like the tone more. I think that it's different. They don't kill off half the cast like in the first 5 minutes of the freaking movie. So I think that James Gunn tried to take the term suicide a little too like literally. It's like they're not like you don't need to kill off half your cast. I mean, come on, that's just weird. And there's only maybe 2 or 3 standout characters for me in the movie, but I really love Peacemaker, and of course Harley Quinn's gonna be awesome, and Idris Elba's Bloodsport, he's cool, and I appreciate David Dastmalchian, like him, but Polka Dot Man's a weird character. But Civil War rules though. Civil War is just so good, and yeah, like it's one of my top 12 of last year, and they do a lot of cool stuff with like photography. Also, you get some of those kind of like Time magazine kind of photos of like the wartime stuff, or like Life magazine, that kind of stuff, and Kaylee Spaney's really good and just showed that she can do more than just be a supporting actress, and then Kristen Dunst, she's solid, and the Jesse Plemons scene is like really haunting and creepy. Yeah, and then shout out to the Siege of DC, that's really awesome. So yeah, and it's a movie that sat with me where like when the end credits come, they're like playing almost some kind of pop like music to just kind of be like almost like a juxtaposition to something dark you just saw, and then they're playing some feel good thing, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this I don't know if I like this, but weirdly kind of do. So I just like sat through all the credits and just like chilled out for a minute. so yeah, I'll go with Civil War.
What did Richie vote for? I missed his vote.
Civil War.
Okay, so we have a tie. So it's a tie to Chris though. He's up next.
Oh.
I didn't change my vote. And much I love the Suicide Squad. You guys keep mentioning the Washington D.C. and that scene haunt me since I saw it. See, there's Civil War get my vote.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. Flips. All right, you can flip.
So quick question: is Civil War worth watching? Like that's kind of what I'm getting from this.
Oh yeah,
okay,
dude, it was in my top 12 last year. Absolutely.
I didn't much care for. It just seemed like a movie I wasn't going to enjoy, so like that's why I kind of avoided it.
Really good.
That's
like
movie
amazing.
we try at Mark and I. Like,
it's very tense. It's tense. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's excellent. So.
The Suicide Squad movie was definitely better than the game that came out last year.
Oh yeah.
Good
God. And I'm also looking forward to the next Alex Garland movie, which I don't remember the name, but it's some kind of war movie that seems to be in a very similar like vibe and style. You know? So
all right, so we got Inception and Everything Everywhere All at Once. So Chris, is the first one?
I hate you guys for this. Fuck, this is tough.
2 kind of movies about abstract ideas.
Yeah,
sort of.
they both have been fantastic ballsy action sequences. Whether the hotel hallway scene in Inception or the dildo fight scene in Everything Everywhere at Once. Take one action sequence. But I have to go with
might have balls in that action scene, the dildo scene.
But you know what? I could see it go either way, but I have to go with the more creative. I had to go Everything Everywhere All at Once. The created action sequence. At the ball of the action secret, the stapler, the dildo, Touche Kwan using his fanny pack to take down God. Like, I love Everything Everywhere All at Once. One of my favorite best picture for the decade so far. So Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Nick, what do you say?
Yeah, this is just another matchup where the just stylistically they're just kind of so different. Just for me personally, I think that I would have to go with Everything Everywhere All at Once, just because it's more my style of action. I love the like hand-to-hand combat, the thing with the fight sequence with the chapstick. I thought was really awesome, and I'm struggling. Like before, Chris mentioned the hallway scene. I'm struggling to remember much action sequences from Inception, even though I do think it was a better movie.
Yeah.
So
sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Zach, what do you say?
Yeah, so I'm not as high on Everything Everywhere All at Once as other people. I think it's good. I think it's a little too highly praised, but Inception is also my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. So I'm going to go with Inception.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say?
I never thought I'd be agreeing with Zach a lot.
I know that.
Yeah, I'm also in the train of like I don't love Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think it's a good movie, but I think it's overstuffed and overlong for what they try to cram in, and it loses steam for me. I think the movie's like 2 hours and 10 minutes, man. If this movie's like an hour and 40, it'd be a banger. And I think it just goes on way too long. It has a couple of false endings, and it's a little too much. It's too much. I know Inception's long too, but I think the pacing, Nolan keeps the pacing well, and it needs that runtime, and it uses it well, and it's just a little more entertaining. So I'm gonna go Inception.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit of the opposite of that, just because like Inception, for whatever reason, like it's great the first time that you see it, because it's like you're like trying to figure everything out, but it's kind of like once you start figuring it everything out, it just has kind of diminished returns for me. That's still good, but it's just like not where it once was, and like it just kind of over the years has been falling on my Christopher Nolan ranking, but it is still good. But Everything Everywhere All at Once was my number one movie of 2022. I think that movie rules. I think it's so much fun. They're combining some like great comedy with the action, then some heart to it, and like some of the lines in there just kind of just really got me like emotional, that like they just be because Michelle Yeoh's character and her daughter becomes so powerful, and like just saying that all the places that she could possibly be in the whole universe, she could be anywhere. She just wants to be there with her daughter, and like after this whole harrowing thing, and like figuring all these like different dimensions and like whatever out, but she just wants to be there and just like be with her family. And I think it's a really sweet kind of thing. But they make it fun with like all these crazy, wacky, over the top things. I think everyone in that movie is just having a blast, especially Jamie Lee Curtis too. I think she's having fun. I think everyone is. So yeah, and I'm glad it won Best Picture. I thought it deserved it. So yeah, I'll go Everything Everywhere at Once. So, Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, again, I like Nick said. I think it's like comes down to what action you like. I tend to like. I think sometimes the action, like type of action, like Everything at Once works, like with the frantic sort of ADHD type kind of action. But I do, as a general, like do generally like prefer the action of Inception. So that's probably where I'm going to get my vote. And I am worried that it's not the movie's fault, but I am worried that like this movie like jinxed Ki Kwan, and he's gonna I don't want him to be in bad movies after this, but yeah.
Yeah, not good. Woof. Ooh,
No, yeah, so I'll go Inception.
Okay, so I believe we have another tie. So a movie scooted up to Nick.
Damn it. Oh, shit. Oh, God. I'll change my vote just because I think Inception's the better movie.
Oh,
Okay.
But also, Jonathan pointed out all the action scenes from Inception. Wait, where'd it go? Sorry. We had another one pop up, but yeah, the hallway scene, chase to Mombasa, opening sequence in the dream world, the snow skis stuff. Yeah,
that's all good. All right, we got Children of Men and Minority Report. So we'll go to Nick again. You start off.
So Children of Men has been on my list, but I really do enjoy Minority Report, so I got to go with that.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say?
Yeah, see, I'm not very high on Minority Report. I think it's good, but it's not high on my Tom Cruise rankings. But I am going to vote for it because I haven't seen Children of Men.
You guys need to see Children of
Men. Austin, what do you say?
Oh, I've seen Children of Men. That's why I'm voting for Minority Report. I don't like Children of Men at all. I fucking hate that movie. I think that movie's shit. I think that movie's up his own ass, and I don't like it. I didn't like it when I saw it in the theater. I still haven't liked it even on a rewatch. I'm not a fan of that movie. I think it's trash. So Minority Report gets my vote.
Do you like Children of Men?
No.
Oh.
I don't like children either.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have any.
Okay. That kind of attracts, but yeah. So Alfonso Cuarón's very hit and miss for me. Some things I like from him, some things that like Children of Men. I think that it's not terrible, but it's just all right for me. Like, and it just kind of drags a lot for me. Parts of it are kind of slog to get through for me, but I mean, it's all right. But Minority Report's great. I think that it's a really cool idea, really cool concept, of really like kind of sleek looking vision of the future, kind of like these like precogs that like can stop crimes will predict crimes before they happen, so they can go and arrest people. I think Tom Cruise and Colin Farrell kind of work great together as like the whatever you want to call it, the hero and the antagonist, I guess. Yeah, and then just seeing all these little character actors that just pop up all over the place, I think it's fun. So I'll go with Minority Report. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I haven't seen Children of Men since it came out the theater in like 2006, so I really don't remember much from it. I guess it didn't leave a huge impression. Otherwise, I would have seen it again. I feel like this was like sort of Clive Owen's sweet spot, like 2006, 2007, 2008, and then he kind of dipped off.
Yeah.
But Minority Report, I think is great. Yeah, I like Colin Farrell plays a great villain, and yeah, I've seen this multiple times. It's like I think it's one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. I think it's great. I love the concept. So yeah, I'll go Minority Report.
Yeah, but the more that I look at Alfonso Cuarón's filmography, I really only like the Harry Potter movie that he did. Really, I mean, did he direct Pan's Labyrinth? I don't know if he directed it, but he was. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of other movies by him that I like.
But you're in the minority on Gravity though, so
yeah. I not like Gravity. That movie was boring to me.
Gravity was great.
Anyway,
you're the only person who's ever described Gravity as boring. To me, that's bonkers. Given the fact that
there's
movie
two people floating away in space, and I wish they would have floated off.
Movie is like non-stop.
Never came back.
The ultra Oppenheimer is boring because people talking to him.
People talking in space, and they're not doing anything but trying to like grab onto things for survival. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a survival movie. I would too.
Yeah. Weird.
Chris.
But Chris.
So I'm one of the people that do like Children of Men a lot. We talked about good action sequence, the one shot car chase sequence is a standout in that movie. But I would go Minority Report. They're both great movie. But Minority Report is really good. I would be able to go back to do more dope stuff than what he's been doing sometimes.
Yeah, like Spielberg needs to put on another action movie or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah. All right. Going down to Live and Let Die, which I think it's one of two Bond movies in this tournament. We have to do another one. And then I guess The Dark Knight. So
all right.
Anybody going with Live and Let Die over The Dark Knight? I don't think so, right?
No, but I haven't seen it.
One of the first Bond movie. Like,
I will say that this is...
Okay. No, I'll say this. Live and Let Die is probably the best Roger Moore Bond movie. It's still not great, but
I was going to say that this is one of the movies that I watched for this tournament, and it was good. So, but
the best thing that came out of that movie is the crazy stunt where that guy runs across the crocodiles like in one shot, and that was a real thing, which is kind of nuts.
Weird.
Was Live and Let Die one of the songs that was sung at the Oscars in that weird fucking performance?
Yeah.
It's the poem.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I've seen 18 James Bond movies. I haven't seen this one, so.
All right, cool.
Do use that for paper by not watching, Jordan.
All right, so let's jump to the other side. We're doing pretty good. We'll keep the pace up real fast, and we'll see if there's any other ones we can.
Are you going to want to show Jordan what he missed?
I mean, I think he'll agree with most of them because it was Endgame over Born Supremacy, Avengers over Three Kings, and Italian Job over Iron Man 2. But we were both kind of mediocre on them, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That all sounds good to me.
All right. Just those three. All right, so we'll jump to the other side and we'll see what other action movies we got. We got Watchmen against Spider-Man. That's Across the Spider-Verse. So
Wow.
across the
Wow.
Spider-Verse.
Good thing we don't
all
have Chris Scott here. He is an avid hater of Watchmen. He's known
right.
to snap his DVD in half after he watched it. It's weird.
Well,
So
start
he
voting.
bought it,
Yeah.
and then he
Snapped it. Yeah, that's like the
Yeah,
people who
they bought
protest
it.
Nike by buying Nike shoes and then burning them. Well, you just gave them your
and then
fucking money. You dummy.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, you really showed them.
It's not
Yeah,
Watchmen.
right. Yeah, he showed them.
Zach, start us off. We got a Zack Snyder movie. So what you got?
Yeah, actually, this is very easy for me. I am not a fan of Watchmen. I've seen it multiple
Oh,
times.
really?
Not a fan at all.
Mm.
And I actually like Across the Spider-Verse more than Into the Spider-Verse. So I'm going to go with Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, it's fairly easy for me. I mean, most of you guys know my, affliction to watching these Spider-Man movies. That literally the animation gives me motion sickness, so I can't watch them. And so I haven't even watched Across the Spider-Verse because Into the Spider-Verse gave me motion sickness, and I'm afraid to watch this one. That it might be even worse. So I just can't. I'm getting old. It is what it is. It comes with the age. But yeah, I'm a Zack Snyder fan, and like I think Watchmen's pretty damn good. Like for what it is, pretty accurate to the graphic novel, and has some really well done action sequence. I mean, say what you will about Snyder, but he's a visual guy and he knows how to make that shit work. So I'll go Watchmen.
Yeah, this one's really tough because like I'm a Spider-Man guy and I really did like Across the Spider-Verse, but the Watchmen's really good though. Yeah, like this is one that I really like. I think that especially like the like Rorschach stuff with Jackie Earle Haley, like he's really good. Good, like they'll ask me to save them, and I'll whisper no, and like just like he's just really solid. And yeah, I think even like the Patrick Wilson and the Malin Ackerman stuff is like at least kind of entertaining to watch like that. Or is it Malin Ackerman and Billy Kudrow? I can't remember. There's two couples, like two of them are together, and then there's other two. With
It's the same. It's the same thing.
I love Triangle.
Right. I thought the same thing. Yeah. So it's all relative, but anyway, the couples for a superhero movie actually really work. Where I feel like some couples in a superhero movie feel really cheesy, So, and yeah, I think that the action is really good and really intense, and I feel like Across the Spider-Verse, it gets a little overloaded to the point where there's just like there's like things happening everywhere, and like about 100 different Spider-Men coming at you all at once. So I'll go with Watchmen, I think, on this. But I still do like Spider-Man. That's just a nitpicky thing. But
here's how to know who's with who in Malin Ackerman in that movie. Malin Ackerman has sex with Patrick Wilson while they sing Hallelujah in a ship. So that's one scene.
Okay.
And then in the rest of the movie, she's with Billy Crudup, who's all in blue and his dick is hanging out. So that's how you know.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So
that's the key details to watch for.
I would say that one scene seems so out of place. That the Hallelujah scene seems so out of place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, kind of does, but it's fine. But Richie.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's because I'm creeping up in age as well, but I actually was started having that same kind of feeling with Across Spider-Verse as Austin's talking about. I think it was I enjoyed the writing and everything like that, and I was entertained. It was almost too visually stimulating. Like you mentioned, there was just a lot going on. And it's just like you just and with the animation style, we go, whoa, shit! You just kind of get like it gives a bit too much at times. I did like Daniel Kaluuya as the punk rock Spider-Man. I thought he was really funny.
Spider-Punk, yeah.
Spider-Punk, yeah, he was good. What's the name? Peter Parker, when he's been the dad, I'll constantly just talking about it. There's good jokes and really good writing, but yeah, the bombastic sort of animation, like very kind of ADHD style, very fast-paced thing. It actually did get to me. Watchmen is a really solid movie. And I think one that I don't know if it got much credit when it came out, and it sort of built a more following later on. And yeah, Jackie L. Haley's a standout to me, but they're all really good. But yeah, so I'll go Watchmen.
But yeah, if you want a really good Miles Morales story, just play the Miles Morales video game for PlayStation, because that's a great story and it doesn't give you motion sickness.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, but Chris, what do you think?
This is tough because I am an avid defender of Watchmen, and I'm on the committee itself. I love the extended cut. I have the extended cut in my room in my Blu-ray collection. I think that's the best version of the movie to watch. It's the longer cut.
Yeah.
But I also love Across the Spider-Verse a lot, despite that fucking cliffhanger ending, and we're still waiting for Beyond Spider-Verse still to this day.
Might be a while.
Yeah, God. But the action sequence, that's so amazing. Like, the back and forth between Miles and, what's the villain that Jason Schwartzman play? Name?
Miguel. Nope, it's the Spot. Never mind.
Spot.
The Spot.
Like in the beginning, when they go back
yeah.
and forth, and like the whole opening, and like the father get trapped at one point in it, like, and just like the action to the end, like all the little moments, have each Spider-Man have a pop out moment where they're all trying to go after Miles, like it's stunning, like, and the opening of it, granted, like I love Across the Spider-Verse. I think it's better than Into the Spider-Verse. I get emotional rewatch. Like, I did go Across the Spider-Verse. Let's see where this go, Nick, on you, buddy.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I don't like either one of these movies. I thought that Across the Spider-Verse, it's just, to me, it feels like it's unfinished. The cliffhanger and the fact that we just ignore the Spot, who's supposed to be this big primary villain, for like a good 45 minutes to an hour, kind of irritated me. That said, I don't think I've ever watched a movie where I just have so much just contempt as I do when watching Watchmen. This is a movie that I really enjoyed watching in the theater because I was able to get up and have a bathroom break in the middle, but watching it at home, it felt like my life was slowly draining from my body. The Hallelujah slow motion sex scene is one of the absolute worst things I've ever seen in my life. Ruined that fucking song for me. I hate Watchmen. Across the Spider-Verse gets my vote.
What, wow. You couldn't get up to go to the bathroom in your own house?
So Chris isn't the only one that hates Watchmen.
You know, Nick doesn't get enough credit on this channel for being a hot take guy as well. So you're saying you're getting up there. Keep it up, buddy. All right. So we have a tie. This one goes to Zach this time.
Across the Spider-Verse.
All right.
But I did meet Shamik Moore from Across the Spider-Verse. He was awesome. He was really cool. It was just hard to talk to him because it was during the actor strike, so he couldn't talk about any of his projects, and that made the conversation a little awkward.
Yeah, he was at New York Comic-Con.
So, what do you like to do for fun? That's what you like to listen to.
So, how about those like weird text messages you're sending like underage people? Is that all right.
Well, that was before all of that when I met him.
So, how's the grooming going? Okay, then I guess all right.
Oh my god!
So is that what he did? Because I thought that he just like sent weird texts about the Oscars because they didn't win.
I think he got in some almost canceled trouble. Yeah, Shamik.
I didn't even know
he
that.
might still be canceled. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'll look it up. But as of right now, we got Warrior and Batman Begins. So it's on me. So I'll look it up after I vote. No, I mean, these are both really good, and this is a tough one because they both have great action in their own way. Warrior has probably some of the best MMA stuff put to screen, which I know is not a huge competition, when you have Never Back Down and Here Comes the Boom and not a lot of MMA movies and a lot of straight to video bullshit out there. So
fucking Undisputed.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good. But yeah, Batman Begins is pretty great too. Yeah, I mean, Nolan knows how to film action when he does it, so that's one thing you can't really fault him for. It's still kind of underrated, oddly enough. So I'll go Batman Begins.
Yeah, so I think both these are great. Like Warrior, yeah, that's like one of the best like fighting movies out there. Period. I think it's up there with like some of the Rocky movies and stuff. But and Nick Nolte too. Like he's given a great performance. But I'm also a huge Batman Begins fan. That's my favorite of that trilogy. And I also prefer Katie Holmes as the Rachel Dawes. I don't really even like Maggie Gyllenhaal really at all as that character. I'm just more of a Katie Holmes fan, but and yeah, I like Michael Caine as Alfred too. Like he's really good, and Gary Oldman playing.
Triggers me.
Yeah, and even throwing in like the Lucius Fox in there, which you don't always get to see a lot in Batman movies, and yeah, I think that the first one just really good in its own right, just kind of like focusing on some of these characters where it's like the Dark Knight's great and it's an all-time performance with a Joker, but like he kind of steals the movie. Whereas I feel like in Batman Begins you get to focus more on like Batman and Bruce Wayne and some of his like friends and that kind of thing a little more. So I'll go Batman Begins. But Richie, what do you say?
I was referencing Cyclone Alfred for context, Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah, we were joking the other night on Lonely Marks that Richie's the cyclone that hit this place was called Alfred of all things, which is like a weird.
Weird.
Yeah, we were like, and we were joking because it was taking, I guess what Richie they said it was supposed to come like 2 days before it actually came. It's because he had a walker or a cane. It was just taking him a little while to get there.
Yeah, right.
Slow to get there. It was supposed to come Wednesday. It hit last night, and it wasn't.
He was akin to an old man, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like Warrior, like it's the best MMA movie that's ever been made. And the actual MMA action is really good. Again, there's not much to compare it to. Like like you said, Back Down, and then DVD sequels, and all of the MMA movies feature just MMA guys who are actors like Kimbo Slice and other people. But I think at Warrior's core, it's a sports drama. A really good sports drama, but it's a sports drama. Batman Begins is a really good action film, and it's shot. And again, Christopher Nolan is all over the sword because he shoots action really well. So yeah, I'll go Batman Begins.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris, what do you say?
Yeah, this was my biggest visual reaction scene. That I fucking love both of these.
Yeah.
I might have to go. I love Batman Begin. I do see Christopher Nolan struggle a little bit with landing with the final action sequence. The Dark Knight, he doesn't do great with hand-to-hand combat, so he got better when it got to Inception and a few others. Warriors like have phenomenal action sequences. When you talk about ending action, like you're on the edge, you don't know who you want to root for to beat your two-blooded. A phenomenal action thing at the end. I don't go with Underdog Warrior.
Yeah, sounds good. Nick, what do you say?
So, I don't think Batman Begins has great action sequences. I do think that the ones in The Dark Knight are better. That said, Batman Begins is one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. I cannot not vote for it. I love it so much, Batman Begins.
Yeah, sounds good. Zach?
Yeah, I like Batman Begins. It's a solid movie. I'm more drawn to Warrior, so my vote would have gone to Warrior.
Okay. Batman Begins, and yeah, just to expand on what I was talking about, it's generally Shameik's more has been alleged of just generally being a creeper on set and pretending he's in relationships with women that are already in relationships, and making them kind of uncomfortable in media interviews and. Just being kind of a creep. So that's probably why you don't see him in a lot of other movies and things. Yeah, he's kind of only done the Spider-Man shit. So
definitely much it.
Can look into it. Yeah, he might have a reputation right now in Hollywood. Let's put it that way.
Oh dang.
Yeah. So
here come another Bond movie.
Yeah. Elijah Burke's in Batman Begins. He's in the fight scene. He's in one of the fight scenes in the.
Oh, okay. I'll have to ask him about that next time I work a show with him. So,
Elijah Burke,
and yeah, I do work with him. Born Identity and the Batman. So yeah, another Batman movie. Yeah, Jordan.
Oh yeah, this one's kind of tough because I think that the first 3 Bourne Identity movies are really good. And yeah, the first one is like, I don't know, like it's just hard to really say which one are the best one. I think I probably like Ultimatum the best, and then the first Born Identity, because I like when he has amnesia and he's just trying to piece everything together and like figure out who he is. I think that's pretty awesome. Yeah. And then the Batman's really, really good. I mean, it's not my favorite Batman out there, but I mean, I even like the Penguin series even better than the Batman movie overall. But I mean, but not by a lot, just by a little bit. So this is pretty tough. But there's probably 2, maybe even 3 iterations of Batman I like better. So I'll go with the Born Identity. But Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, this is tough. I think I think Born Identity is the best out of the 3 in my opinion. But yeah, like I like a lot of Doug Liman stuff. This is second time he's appeared in this list actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the Batman. I think it's annoying that we have to wait so much for a sequel. But hopefully get it soon. There's so much Batman in the universe. By the way, we're getting the Batman Brave and the Bold as well. There's a whole lot of Batman.
Yeah.
But
there's rumors that there's like, I think this with a grain of salt, but people think there might be rumors that the reason why it's taking so long to get a Batman sequel, this Robert Pattinson, is that they're trying to somehow tool it into the James Gunn verse. That seems to be the rumor.
Yeah.
Which I but I like the fact that this is separate from that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So they wouldn't be so that they would in essence cancel Brave and the Bold, or would they?
I don't know. I don't know.
Or make Pattinson the Batman in the DC.
Yeah,
I
just
would rather
Batman
have
in that
Alan
universe.
Richardson
Yeah.
add the Batman and James Gunn
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah, I guess because of this on like it could be like more recency bias because it came out obviously much later. And just I love the look of it, and the action scenes were really good. I'll go the Batman, but I don't mind if Born Identity goes through.
Yeah. Chris.
This is tough. I love both. Born Identity was my least favorite out of 3. I do love Born Identity a lot. But I had to go with the one that made Batman scary for me. The Batman, like, that opening thing itself with the sound of his boots entering and beating the shit out of those thugs. It's like, only time you ever see kind of scared, it's Batman. And the action sequences is really good. But the Batman get my vote.
Yeah. Nick, what do you say?
So I'm probably in the minority here, but I did not like the Batman. I thought it was way too long, and I really enjoyed the Riddler up until he showed up on screen, and I thought that Robert Pattinson was an NPC in his own movie. And that said, I really like Born Identity. It was, as I mentioned earlier, is the only Bourne movie that I've seen, so I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, also add that I don't think that whole flooding water scene at the end was even necessary. Like I thought they could have done without it. That's just me. But Zach, what do you say?
Yeah, so Nick, I'm kind of with you. I wasn't a huge fan of the Batman. I've seen better Batman movies. And again, like I said before, I haven't seen any of the Bourne movies, but I would probably watch the Bourne Identity first before I watch the Batman again. So the Bourne Identity.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, no, I'm easily going to go the Batman here. I love the Batman. I saw it, 4 times in theaters, man. Really dug it. Love the style of this. Yeah, I love the score, the performances, all great. Might be rewatching it on Sunday because I found out my girl hasn't seen it, so we're going to watch that on Sunday. So yeah, no, this movie rocks. I'm going with the Batman. But that ties it up, and it's on me, so I'm putting through the Batman. All right. So there we go.
I'm not mad about it. So
Mad Max Fury Road and The Incredibles. So Richie.
This is interesting, man.
Yeah.
First Incredibles is really good, and then the action is really good. I think what makes Incredibles good though is like this the dialogue and the the chemistry between the voice actors and just like and like the general characters and stuff like that. The acting's really good, but Mad Max Fury Road I feel like could win this tournament. Now that I see it in here, some of the best action in ages. It's got a dude who's got a guitar flamethrower. He's got a guitar flamethrower. It's amazing.
The power of the vehicle, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. All the action. Charlize Theron is amazing in this movie. I mean, you could probably use it in NPC argument again. Maybe you could argue that Tom Hardy is secondary again to Charlize Theron, but I still think it works. Nicholas Holt's great. I think this movie just it rules. So Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah. Chris, what do you say?
They both great movie, and I think it does come down to which one do I care about more. I think Fury Road is great, but I think Fury Road did it better when making you care about the character with the action sequences. I think what made The Incredible work for me is that you care about each of the character every time the action sequence going on, worrying that they might not make it out. Like the last act with the big robot scene that the family teaming up together to take it down. Like you're watching it because you care about them. Like the fight with Mr. Incredible bot. Like every action sequence stand out. That's one across the water. See, for animated movies, like the action sequence of amazing for something animated style. Before even Spider-Verse came out, it was the stand out of the action sequence in action animated movie. So I don't go with Don here. I think The Incredible just because the way I connect to it more than just action.
Sounds good. Nick, what do you say?
As I said earlier, I haven't seen any Mad Max film. I have seen The Incredibles a bunch of times, and while I don't really get it, I gotta vote with that.
You've seen it a bunch of times, but you don't get it.
Sure. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't get it?
I don't get it.
I mean,
I don't get it.
What?
I didn't wow me like it did a bunch of other people because people talk about it like it's one of the best
Oh, I thought you meant
Pixar
like
films, and I don't think it's that.
Like I don't get the plot. Like I was like, it's
No,
a pretty
no.
straightforward plot.
Well, you guys
Yeah.
get
They're
real bit
apparently
too.
fighting a bad guy. It's like the plot of every comic book movie. Okay. All right, no, I got you. Okay, so you're voting for. What'd you vote for again? What?
I voted for The Incredibles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right.
Yeah, so this is actually a close matchup for me. I really like Fury Road. I actually like Furiosa a little bit more than Fury Road. And The Incredibles is really good because of the action, but also of the story and the chemistry and the characters. By slight margin, I'm going to go with The Incredibles, though.
Yeah.
I like how I said I win the tournament. We're not going to get the first fucking round.
Yeah, right. I think it will. Austin.
No, I mean, I'll still go Fury Road here. I mean, The Incredibles is very good. Yeah, it's one of the better Pixar movies, and yeah, the action is quite good. But I mean, Fury Road is just, I mean, some of the practical shit they did in this movie is just still some of the most incredible stuff I've ever seen on the big screen. So I'll go Fury Road. Yeah.
Even Jonathan Caro in the comment, Mad Max Fury Road made me go, how did they do that too many times? It's still the rating. Yeah, because I remember that when Fury Road came out, I worked at a theater, and so I saw it 4 times in theaters, and it's incredible. And even on top of that, like when I was working a shift, I'd always duck into the theater to see if I could catch more of it because it's just so cool. The way they put the vehicles together, the way they just do balls to the walls action, it just seems like a really like choreographed dance. The way that they're like doing the wire stuff and they're back and forth and they're just like all the explosion. They just jump in the air and there's boom, a huge explosion. And yeah, like it's just really awesome. That the whole the sandstorm stuff, that's really cool. The way that they lit the movie. There's just so many things that are just like so incredible about the movie. So I'll say, oh, what a day. Oh, what a lovely day. Let's go Mad Max Fury Road.
All right, so it's a tie to Jordan.
And let's go Mad Max Fury Road.
So,
It's got to win this thing, or like at least come out of the first round.
Yeah.
At
I don't know what's going to win this thing. There's a lot of heavy hitters tonight, so I
Yeah.
don't know what's going to win this damn movie.
Yeah.
This tournament, so we'll see. We got Colors from 1988. It's like a crime movie, and Enemy of the State.
Ooh.
So,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Has anybody seen Colors?
No, but I
I was
wanted to watch
contemplating
it.
it, but I
I
didn't
wanted
see
to
it,
watch
so.
it.
Yeah, that's one of my like 2 or 3 blind spots of this tournament. So,
Yeah, it's a Sean Penn movie that's supposed to be pretty like decently rated. I don't know.
so for Gene Hackman, we put her in the state. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, absolutely,
Good
110%.
movie.
All right, if it's a good movie, yeah. All right, so we'll skip that one. All right, going down to the Hurt Locker and the Hard Way, which I had to look up what this was.
Michael J. Fox, baby.
It's a Michael J. Fox, James Woods buddy cop movie, which I had never heard of ever. I was unaware this movie existed.
I know which one people heard of.
Has anybody seen The Hard Way?
No.
I
No,
have
I'm a
it.
big
That was
Michael
actually
J.
one of the-
Fox fan.
It was average for me.
It looked
So-
like shit when I looked it up.
No, I've seen better ones. So
I'm totally gonna watch this for a long time first time.
Yeah.
It's New York's angriest cop and Hollywood's most spoiled movie star, and he's
Oh,
doing
my
research for a role. It looks bizarre. So,
yeah,
Jordan,
it's
why haven't you
average.
seen this? It's Michael J. Fox. You haven't seen this?
No, it's like one of my like few Michael J. Fox blind spots. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I did watch 2 movies for this that weirdly enough I had seen half of each one of them and I never finished them. One of them was actually The Hurt Locker. That movie is amazing. I forgot how effing good that movie is. That movie rules. So yeah.
Hurt Locker is the one. Hurt Locker is the one I'm halfway through right now. So.
Oh,
nice.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's we're voting for the
It's
Hurt
really
Locker because most people have at least seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I know
Especially that-
action movies.
Yeah.
The hardware
Like some
looks,
of
like a parody, looks like a
It looks
parody.
like it looks like a parody, like Loaded Weapon 1. It looks like the same poster.
Yeah, right. But
I mean, he literally has a gun that says "bang" on the end of it. It looks like something Emilio Estevez would have it.
yeah, weird. But The Hurt Locker had some of the most after like showing after like how soldiers are affected during wartime. You see how like Anthony Mackie and like some of those other guys are affected, but then you see Jeremy Renner and you don't think he's affected to the very last scene, and you're like, oh yeah, maybe like it did get to him, and you know, but
Yeah,
and-
don't spoil anything, man. I'm halfway through, man.
yeah, and they always have to have like a Bill a Paxton character, game over man type of character. They got a guy in there that's just worried about dying the whole entire time. We're gonna
You
die
want
out there. We're not gonna make.
You want a
Just
good
funny.
double feature, like that to see 2 different sides. But the movie you and me, Jordan, saw this year, My Dead Friend Joe, that kind of like.
Oh yeah,
you
that
the
movie's good. Yeah.
opposite. What happened after they come back from war?
I was
But
gonna
that
say,
kind of.
you know what this
Yeah.
poster reminds me of? Has anybody seen the poster for Cops and Robertsons with
Yeah.
What?
with fucking Jack Palance?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Like it's like another
Kinda
like
like that.
generic buddy cop poster. Hold on, I'm pulling
Yeah.
it. I know we're having a little fun with this because we're just gonna put through the Hurt Locker. So
The
Yeah.
hardway has a 75%.
Oh
Yeah,
my
kinda like
god.
I always remember seeing it in the
What?
video store. Just Jack Palance is like. It's just,
And they only got a good review for Larry King, CNN.
yeah, that looks
The
like.
hardware-
That looks photoshopped
Very
as
good.
shit.
Photoshopped.
That movie
Yeah.
poster.
That's very Photoshop. Yeah.
Very Photoshop. They were even doing it back in it's like 1991. They were doing that back in '91 with this Photoshop shit.
All people
Oh
you
my
take
God.
seriously as a critic, you put Larry King. Good job.
Yeah.
The hardway has a 75% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be all
Maybe
right.
it's good. I don't know. But yeah, okay. They sure
have
didn't
to-
market it very well. That poster is shit. But,
Yeah.
that poster looks like a must miss. But yeah. So Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, we had a substitute. We had Deathly Hallows Part 2 in there. So and
Yeah.
Skyfall. But technically, you look on IMDb, it has action in the classification. So I mean, there's action.
It does, yeah.
All right,
Oh,
but
yeah.
versus Skyfall, our other Bond movie. So Chris, good.
Oh, if it was the Deathly Hallows Project had a Half-Blood Prince, I probably would have voted for that. But Skyfall, second favorite Daniel Craig movie, Bond movie. And the action sequence are freaking phenomenal. For the most part, the Home Alone stuff a little bit over the top, but the first half of everything that first half, phenomenal action sequences. So Skyfall.
Every buddy cop poster is exactly the same.
Yeah,
right. That's my new bit we're gonna do for the rest of the show. Is I'm gonna put out buddy cop movie posters. They are all exactly the fucking same.
They're all the same.
So, it's like back to back or side to side with guns. It's the same thing.
Or take a look at this guy, or like even if it's like
look at this guy over here. Hey ho!
Can you believe I'm with this guy?
Yeah,
this guy over here.
Yeah, right. Need a load of this guy. Yeah,
it's like rom-com posters.
I'd rather blow my own brains out.
I can't believe
you just say the same thing about the Harry Potter one. It looked like a rom-com rather than a Harry Potter movie.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah,
I mean, Half-Blood Prince is kind of a romance film. It's all right.
Yeah, it is sort of. Yeah, but Nick, what are you going for?
I'm gonna go with Skyfall. I just think it's a more dynamic action scene. I've seen Half-Blood Prince. I don't remember anything about it except for the end, so Skyfall.
Yeah. Zach?
Yeah, so this is an interesting matchup for me because I've seen every Harry Potter movie, and Half-Blood Prince, I believe, is in my bottom half of rankings. And I'm working my way through a Bond watch because I've never actually seen them before. But I haven't gotten to any of Daniel Craig's yet. I'm going to wait till the end to do that because I've heard that you have to watch those in order. So I haven't seen Skyfall, so I'm going to go with Harry Potter, though.
Yeah. Austin?
I mean, I'm not a Harry Potter guy, so this is fairly easy that I'm going to go with James Bond, so I'll yield my time to a buddy cop poster. So we got a Gene Hackman one called Loose Cannons with Dan Aykroyd.
There you go.
It's actually on my watch list. I actually want to see it.
See, look, the one guy has really serious with the gun, and the other guy's got wacky things. I don't want to touch the gun.
See, at least that looks like they took a picture in the same room. I'll give it that.
Maybe. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's interesting because I've been kind of getting more hyped about Harry Potter with this new series coming up. Like they just they announced today the casting for McGonagall and Snape is going to be black, which I think is fine. Like I think that they could work. But they're two kind of unknown actors I've never heard of before. I don't even want to try to pronounce the guy's name, but
Janet McTeague I've heard of before.
There's like Janet McTeer and then Papa Isidu, something like that. Something like that. But yeah, so not going back and just remembering how effing good those books are. I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, so yeah. Cuz I might try to read them again before this series. I don't know. We'll see, because that'll be a lot to do. But
hopefully the series happen after the stuff that came out today.
Yeah, but that being said, though, this isn't my favorite Harry Potter movie. It's maybe in my top like 3 or 4, but Skyfall is my number 1 James Bond movie with a bullet. That movie rules. I think it's so good, and the best Bond theme song also, and yeah, so I'm gonna go Skyfall.
Richie both, but I have to put this one up and read you the premise of the movie. Go ahead, Richie.
Okay.
I also have to. I can buy it the hard way I can rent the hard way on YouTube for $4. Someone's taught me. I can do it.
Okay, nice.
Harry Potter, so you got Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, otherwise known as Prince Harry.
Yeah.
Skyfall is also one of my favorite.
Waka.
Skyfall is also one of my favorite Bond movies. I think it's just flawless almost. So yes, I love Skyfall, and I want to see this poster.
Partners with Ryan O'Neal and John Hurt, and the synopsis is, and I'm sure it's very respectful to the community it's targeting. A heterosexual police detective is unnerved when ordered to go undercover with a homosexual police clerk as a couple to solve a series of murders in the gay community. And I'm sure it's very respectful in 1982.
Oh my God!
Very
I have to see this
respectable.
movie immediately.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Holy shit! See, he's got a gun and he's got a hair dryer. See, see, Benson is a cop who wants to clean up the streets. His partner just wants to redecorate. See, I'm
Yeah.
sure it's not
Oh my
completely
god!
stereotypical and cliche to no end. I'm sure it covers it very respectfully 40 years ago.
I know it said funniest cops in America, though. So I mean, maybe.
So that is a real movie that I just found out exists. Partners. See, and it's a double entendre title because see, they're partners, but they're not really partners. See. Right.
Well, they even do the same thing with like Turner and Hooch. You got Tom Hanks with a wacky dog that's like causing shenanigans. Woo.
Oh, I got more coming. All right, here we go. So Ford v Ferrari and Avengers Infinity War is up next. So Nick.
So Avengers Infinity War, I think, is the best of the Avengers films. I just think it just goes a mile a minute. You're way invested the entire time. Just movie does not let up for a single second, so I got to go with it.
Yeah, sounds good. Zach, what do you say?
I'm torn on this because I really like Infinity War, but I really enjoyed all the things that you get in Ford v Ferrari. You know what? I'm going to give some love to Ford v Ferrari, but I wouldn't be mad if Infinity War went through. So,
yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Ford v Ferrari is good. Infinity War is my favorite MCU movie, and I'll yield my time to the Pat Morita, Jay Leno buddy cop movie Collision Course, which
Oh my god,
is a real movie. This is not a fake poster. If you've never seen it, it's kind of amazing. So,
I was going to say this is another one that's on my list to see.
Yeah, you need to watch this. It's something. It is.
Which one is the wacky one though? Is it Pat
They're both
Morita?
wacky. See, they're both wacky.
Find the director adapted it to Ice Age for the title.
But people don't realize that.
Purpose in life. I'm pulling the worst buddy cop things. So that's fun.
Yeah, but Pat Morita was kind of a comedic actor. He just kind of did his thing in a couple like movies where he's serious. But yeah, so yeah, for me on this one, I got to go with Infinity War. Like I just think that Ford v Ferrari for me was very generic. Like it just didn't really do a lot for me. I was just kind of like, because I'm a big James Mangold fan, and I think that like pretty much every movie that he's done has been amazing, minus the Indiana Jones movie that he did, and I think this one's a little generic though, as well. So, yeah, Infinity War for me. But Richie, what do you say?
I was looking at the cast list for partners. James Remar's in it. You know, the guy who plays Raiden in it.
Oh
Yeah.
In the worst Mortal Kombat movie. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Is he one of the villains in it? Is that what he is?
Maybe he might be.
Yeah.
character actor Kenneth McMillan, who usually plays assholes. He's also in it. Yeah, anyway, this is fascinating. Ford v Ferrari, I haven't seen yet. Avengers Infinity War is my favorite MCU movie. So the action is fantastic and the ending is great. So Avengers Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chris, what do you say?
I love both, and I do. I not in love Infinity War like a lot of people do. I do think it's suffering from like maybe one too many character that does get a lot of screen time for some of the other Avengers that pop in like Black Panther the other. I love Ford v Ferrari. I love the cost stuff. I love the stuff with Christian Bale, man. Damn, like it worked emotionally and level, and like that last thing gets to me every time we watch it. And watch Infinity War, and it does get to me. I go for the underdog again. I go for Richard Ferrari. We already have a Avengers movie. Made it true. Two to be that. Made it true.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
Avengers Infinity War. All right. Going down to Ronin with De Niro and Kick-Ass.
ooh.
Zach.
Yeah, so Ronin was one I was considering because it's on Tubi, and I decided to watch The Hurt Locker instead. Kick-Ass, I'm not the biggest fan of. Just because I've seen it, and I think Hit Girl is the best character in the movie. I'm going to go with Kick-Ass.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say?
Kick-Ass is in my 128, and a movie that's not in my 128 is, of course, the very infamous Theodore Rex with Whoopi Goldberg and the Dinosaur.
And the dinosaur. Yeah.
So
You gotta have that.
movie, so you can't forget that movie. It's on YouTube. Watch it if you dare. All right, it's fucking shit. it's awful. So
It was a great night.
Yeah, right.
I know. I found a purpose in life when I find these themes I get to entertain y'all with. So that's
Yeah,
what I'm
right.
doing.
So I actually watched Ronin for this because it's one that I've seen half of before because I remember them like trying to assemble this team and they're going on some heist or something, but I never got to finish it. It's really good. Yeah, I think that there's kind of an interesting team though. The team's kind of like, I mean, they like each other, they don't like each other. They're kind of all over. They're people that like turn on each other. There's some like subtle twists and turns throughout. Cause you got Jean Reno or like Jean Reno, whatever, and then Sean Bean, Stellan Skarsgård, and it's a fun time. But Kick-Ass rules. I think Kick-Ass is really, really good. Still my favorite thing Aaron Taylor Johnson has ever done. I think that he's really good in this. And then on the Hit Girl stuff's really good. Big Daddy. And Christopher Mintz-Plasse. So I'll go Kick-Ass. But Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I think I haven't seen all of Ronin. I know that Stephen Shepard really likes that movie. I might get around to it at some stage. But yeah, Kick-Ass, I love the movie a lot. I think it's really well written, and yeah, I think the action is really, really well shot as well. And yeah, good breakout performance for Aaron Taylor Johnson and Chloe Grace Moretz. So yeah, good breakout performances from actors who have three names.
Yeah, right. I mean, that is true.
I'll go Kick-Ass.
There are 3 actors with 3 names in that. but Chris, what do you say?
So Ronin, I wanted to watch. I was thinking about watching today, but I chose Infinite Memento. Then I chose What Paradise Season 1 instead. I had to go with Kick-Ass. Master Vaughn knows how to make entertaining action movie. It's sad that the sequel sucked because the first one is so freaking good. But hey, maybe one day we get rebooted. But it's a great movie. The action sequence is great. That hallway fight scene with Hit versus all of this dog. It's one of the stand-up moment movie. Lovey watched it like a couple weeks ago at work because they had it on the TV. I put it on in my break room. Kick-Ass.
Yeah, which in the sequel, like I like Jim Carrey, but his like marketing for like against violence was so weird, and they just went and did the movie anyways, and then the violence was just there. Yeah, yeah. Or actually, he like didn't want to market it because he was against the violence, even though he knew he already did the violence. So that's weird. But Nick, what do you say?
So I'm not the biggest fan of Kick-Ass, but I have seen it as opposed to Ronin, which I haven't seen. I'm going to take all of Zach Shelton's points and just copy-paste them here. Kick-Ass gets my vote.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so Kick-Ass moves on. All right, going down to V for Vendetta and 300, so 2 more comic book adaptations. But yeah, graphic novel adaptations.
Some more Zack Snyder.
Yeah, no, some me, and this is a little bit of a tough one because these are both great. I love 300 and I love V for Vendetta. Watched V for Vendetta again recently for Wheel of Movies. You can go back and find our episode on that. Good stuff. But damn, 300 is really, really good. And again, I'm a big Zack Snyder guy, so I'll go 300, but I don't mind either one going through. Just like some people I guess didn't mind Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Sylvester Stallone and Phil Getty, of course. Because he's partnered with his mom.
Yeah,
the joke's write itself.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
The joke writes itself. Yeah,
writes itself. Yeah, So there you go.
So now here's a question from Acres of Movies that's actually relevant to what we're talking about. Which movie cop would you like to be paired with if you were in a buddy cop movie? For me, I'd say Jackie Chan from Rush Hour because he could could do all the hand-to-hand combat while I just hide like in the corner with a gun and shoot people. So,
So I mean, the real question is for entertainment value or for protection, because I think those are two different things.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
Yeah.
Well, for entertainment value, I just switch it up and just
And
do
get Chris Tucker. Yeah.
Chris Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No. Yeah.
so yeah, but here, yeah, this one's really tough. I think that they're both great. Well, you know what though? I feel like we see V for Vendetta a little more on here. We don't see enough 300, and I think that the movie doesn't always get a lot of credit. And I think that that's really good, and like, it's kind of stylized, but in a cool way though. I think that it actually works, and it's when Gerard Butler was like really ripped, and he like talks about like he'll never be in that kind of shape ever again. Which, I mean, don't sell yourself short, Gerard Butler. Like, you could do it, but yeah, 300. But Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, this is difficult. Yeah, 300's got great action scenes, but V for Vendetta also. Yeah. I think one of the most action set pieces is probably 300. I think V for Vendetta is a good, like, sort of character study of, and it does have good action itself. But I think 300 has a bit more of it, so I'll go 300, but it's close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chris, what do you say?
They both great, but I remember just seeing it with V versus Mr. McCready, and it's great. It's a lot more. That is one of the stand-up moment comfort movie for me. V for Vendetta.
But do you remember the 5th of November?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, right. But Nick, what do you say?
So, in case my rant about Watchmen earlier didn't tip you guys off, I'm not the biggest Zack Snyder fan. That said, I do love V for Vendetta, and this is just kind of like a real stylistic choice. Like, which one do you prefer? Both silent action sequences. I just prefer the stuff in V for Vendetta more. So V for Vendetta.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say?
I'm going to make this short and sweet. Still haven't gotten around to V for Vendetta, so going to go with 300 because I've seen it.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. 300. All right. We're going down to Deadpool and The Hunt from 2020.
Right.
From also COVID year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Is anybody voting for The Hunt?
we just hand vote this? Yeah.
I've never even seen it, so.
The Hunt
I
is
like
big.
it, but
Emma
Deadpool better.
Roberts and Hilary Swank.
The Hunt is more of like a satire movie though than like an action movie. Yeah.
It's a well done fun movie, but yeah, the Deadpool would probably win most things.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I think so.
I'd go Deadpool.
Put through a Deadpool.
Yeah, we just
yeah, that's fine.
put through Deadpool.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't remember.
well then I'll put through Deadpool and we'll yield our time to the Turner and Hooch knockoff Top Dog with Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
I just saw the
Wacky
poster.
wacky.
Yeah, Waka Waka. I mean, he's got a police hat on. Isn't that fun? You know, you don't watch the movie now. So, all right.
No, I do not want to watch it now.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is what that is. It's like our thumbnail for tonight. And Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. So another Mad Max. So George,
I'll give everyone a little look because it's like kind of like our thumbnail. And apologies for people who had to be the female characters. There wasn't enough male characters, so Nick doing the little pose as what's her name over on the side there. For some reason, I always forget the character's name, but yeah.
So Nebula.
But,
I'm down for that.
Yeah. Which I should know because it's Karen Gillan and she's one of my like biggest Hollywood crushes, but I always forget the character. But
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I've never seen Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I've seen Mad Max and the second one just called Thunderdome, or what's the second one called? I can't
Road Warrior.
Road Warrior. The second one.
Oh, yeah, the Road Warrior. Yeah.
What a rush.
I've seen the first two though, and they are really good. So, but Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was great. I thought that it was a great way to bring it back. I thought that like the second one was kind of a misfire to me. It's just joke, and it just like I don't know, it just kind of missed the point of a lot of it. But for Guardians, but yeah, but this was really solid, and I like that they had put Rocket Raccoon kind of at the forefront, but I mean they still had good chemistry, and they kind of left you in a place where like you don't know what the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be going forward. There's going to be some iteration, but we don't know what it's going to be yet. So, but it does say that Star-Lord will return. It says it in the credits, so he'll be back at least. So yeah, but yeah, so Guardians, but Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I liked Guardians of the Galaxy E3 a lot. I think it was refreshing because we hadn't had a good Marvel movie in a bit, so it was good to find. But I think it was just because of the connection with these characters and the kind of James Gunn sort of through these characters, and it was just kind of really well done. And then I like Rocket Raccoon's story, even though it was kind of hard to watch at times. I thought it was really good. Beyond Thunderdome is cheesy. Like it's probably the worst next movie. Honestly, it's really
Dang.
with Tina Turner.
Tina Turner, Jesus.
Yeah, I think this was around the time Tina Turner was part of she was involved in ads to promote the National Rugby League thing. I think maybe they were able to get her to do this movie when she was doing that. So yeah, it's weird. It's not like unwatchable. It's a giant sit down from the other two. So yeah, I mean, I'd recommend watching it, but I wouldn't go in with the highest expectations. But yeah, I'll go Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say that the middle of Australia makes for a great place for the wasteland for these movies, though. Like it really works. So yeah. But Chris, what do you say?
Beyond Thunderdome, the only Mad Max movie I have not seen, going with even though as an animal lover, I should not vote for it, but I do love Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah. Nick, what do you say?
The only thing I'll say is that Bradley Cooper doesn't get enough credit for his performance as Rocket Raccoon. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 gets my vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Zach, what do you say?
I haven't seen Thunderdome. I'm going to vote for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I really enjoyed it. And yes, there is one scene in there that definitely got to me. And I hated it for it. But Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I'll probably go Guardians 3, although I do like the Master Blaster cage match, like Thunderdome scene from Thunderdome is fun with all the different weapons and everything. Like that's probably the best stuff in the movie, and then the movie's downhill from there with the kids. But not as good. But I'll yield the rest of my time to a movie that's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine because it came on cable a lot. But the Burt Reynolds Kid Then Cop.
Yeah. You gotta have it.
Yes, you gotta have Cop and a Half on here, which famously, if you go look up at the episode that Siskel and Ebert did that featured Cop and a Half on the Greater episode, Gene Siskel for years chastised Ebert about giving Cop and a Half like a thumbs up and then like not giving a thumbs up to like all these other movies, and it's just like he just egged him on about it for years. It was kind of a running gag. So go look it up because Siskel hated it and he would give it like a marginal thumbs up, and he ragged him out with that forever. So yeah, good stuff.
For some reason though, from Guardians 3, like they just have one scene that just made me laugh so hard. But like I don't know if it was really intended to be funny, but it's when Groot actually talked and he's like just out of nowhere, he's like, "I love you guys." I'm like what the fuck was that? Like I just like was like dying laughing. Like he just talked. Like he's not supposed to say anything besides "I am Groot."
I think we got our last two or so. We're getting to the end. This is a tough one. We got Mission Impossible Fallout and Spider-Man No Way Home. So it's gonna be a tricky one. All right,
movies in my top 64.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, No Way Home is really good. Great action, but I think Fallout is still, honestly, it still might be my favorite Mission Impossible film. It's just everything about it works. So yeah, then just it's become one of my favorite franchises of all time. So I'm gonna go Fallout.
Yeah, sounds good. Chris, what do you say?
I love both, and I do. And it's Spider-Man No Way Home had one of the best theater experience watching it when it came out. But Fallout is Fallout. It's fucking amazing. This is my second favorite Mission Impossible movie behind Rogue Nation. It's Fallout.
Yeah. Nick, what do you say?
I've only seen the first 3 Mission Impossible movies. I did really enjoy No Way Home when I saw it in theaters, though I haven't rewatched it. I do have it on digital, though. I just haven't gotten back to it yet. Maybe my opinion will change once I see it again, but we'll see. No Way Home.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say?
This is a tough matchup for me because the Mission Impossible franchise is my favorite franchise, and I really did like No Way Home. I'm gonna give it to No Way Home, but I would not be mad if Fallout goes through.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say?
No, No Way Home was good. I enjoyed seeing Toby and Andrew Garfield back in there, and there's some good stuff. But yeah, I love these Mission Impossible movies. I think they just get better and better and better, and they're awesome. And yeah, Fallout has some incredible action. So I'm going to go Fallout. What doesn't have incredible action is the Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dennis Rodman film Double Team. So that does not have good action. Which I played I played a clip of to open one of the shows where it was in one of the random tournaments, and boy, is that the action is shit. It's really bad. So yeah,
he doesn't even know how to hold a gun. He's not even holding the gun for.
Yeah, that's a weird way to hold a gun. Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, Mickey Rourke. Yeah, there you go. What are you doing?
Yeah, weird. Yeah, for me, like both of these are really close. They're both really good, but Spider-Man No Way Home is my favorite Spider-Man movie. It's just really good. Like just seeing all 3 iterations of Spider-Man on screen and like at the same time. Then you bring back these villains like the Green Goblin, which is great. Like because I don't know why I'm like spacing on the name. He's on the tip of my tongue. But
Willem Dafoe.
No, Willem Dafoe, yeah. but like he didn't even need the mask. He just contorted his face to look like the Green Goblin. And then Alfred Molina coming back, like it was just really good stuff. And like even just some like them just sitting around just having casual conversation. So like where does your web come from? So it just comes from like your body. Is like, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Because I had to make this little device or whatever, yeah. But yeah, and it's just really good stuff for me. I mean, Fallout, I probably put it like 3 of them, like maybe a little higher than that for me personally, but still good. They're all just like neck and neck. But yeah, No Way Home, and we'll get my vote.
All right, so we are tied back to Richie. Fallout. All right, this one.
Also, shout out to No Way Home with Charlie Cost coming up with Daredevil at this minute.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I guess we do have a few more, but we're getting to the end, so let's breeze through these as quick as we can. Let's get Deadpool and Wolverine and the Transporter. Chris,
I like the first 2 Transporter movie a lot. The rest just go to hell. But Deadpool, Wolverine, come on, Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, team me out despite how I feel about Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds right now. As a person, it's still a fucking awesome movie. Deadpool, Wolverine.
Yeah. Nick, what do you say?
So I bought the Transporter on Blu-ray a couple months ago and watched it for the first time and found it oddly underwhelming. It wasn't like in terms of Statham action films, I've definitely seen a lot better. On the other side of that coin, Deadpool and Wolverine, man, I could watch Wolverine tell Deadpool to fuck off for 2 hours if it was just that all the time. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say?
Yeah, so I've seen the Transporter, but it's been a while. That's one that I want to rewatch. But I did really like Deadpool and Wolverine, especially that opening scene is always fun to watch. So Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Austin.
No, I mean, these are both really good. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine was in my top 12 last year. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'll give it a vote to the Transporter just because it's in my 128. I love the Transporter, and it made me a Jason Statham fan kind of for life. And I played a clip over at the beginning of the show. I love this movie. So I'll give it a pity vote, but I don't mind Deadpool and Wolverine go there at all.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that clip was from the first one or not.
Yeah, it was. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice. I wasn't here for that, but that's cool.
Yeah.
So the Transporter movies are a lot of fun. Like for whatever reason, my mom's gotten weirdly into Jason Statham movies, so I've watched some with her. It's kind of interesting. Like that's kind of out of left field. I was like, oh, all right, you like him. So, but
she also got men.
What's that?
Has he also gone into British men? Has any British men been around?
No, like not really. Just Jason Statham. Her favorite Jason Statham movie right now is The Bank Job. She watches that movie.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah, but yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine is awesome. Like it's in my top 5 of the year. I mean, I've had some kind of weird thoughts about Ryan Reynolds recently, but like I think it's just like it's something we can get over time. I don't think it's like he's like gonna get canceled or anything, but yeah, the movie's really good. I think they have great chemistry. I mean, you know me, like these are 2 of my favorite comic book characters of all time, and they're just so much fun. I think you can tell like the chemistry really works because they're best friends. You bring back so many cameos of like different MCU characters from like Fox universe and stuff, and I really want to see Channing Tatum as Gambit. I got my Gambit shirt on. I'm a big fan of that character too. So yeah, like bring him back, even if the like accent sounds weird. I think that's kind of the charm of it, that it does sound weird. Yeah. So yeah, I'll go with it. Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have some weird. I've had some weird thoughts about Ryan Reynolds too, but I think I think about 2 different things.
Sure. Yeah. Probably.
But yeah, I love Deadpool Wolverine. It was really entertaining, just balls to the wall, nuts, but yeah, really good, really goes for it, and yeah, the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman is off the charts. And Transporter is really good too. I think it was the first. I mean, I knew who Jason Statham was, but it was the first time I sort of sat up and paid attention. I'm like, oh, and then this dude is a great leading guy. He's a really charismatic dude, and yeah, he's definitely a leading action guy. And yeah, this is great story, and yeah, I thought it was fun. Yeah, the first 2 anyway. The third one drips off a bit, and then less said about the Transporter refuel, the better.
Yeah, that movie.
Yeah.
Well, to third MVP suck.
I'll give a pity vote to Transporter as well, but I have no qualms about Deadpool and Wolverine.
All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. This Double Trouble with David
Oh my
Paul
God.
and Peter Paul. Those aren't. That's not real, right? Like, okay, what the fuck?
These aren't real people, right?
You can't have brothers that have first names and last names for both brothers. That's just weird. So I don't. What the fuck is
What are their names?
That looks like a terrible version.
They're twin brothers, David Paul and Peter Paul.
It's probably
2 brothers in a van.
Yeah. They're muscle bound twins, whatever the fuck. I don't know. And if you look these guys up, you look on their IMDb, and they have like 5 other movies where they star with each other. It's bizarre.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
God damn, the things you learn, man. That's crazy.
Yes. The Raid 2 and Star Trek. So Nick is up first.
Fuck yeah, the Raid 2 is awesome. I love it. That's all I got.
All right. Yeah. America, fuck yeah. Zach.
Yeah, so 2009 Star Trek was actually the first ever Star Trek movie that I watched. So it got me into Star Trek. So I really enjoy it. I wasn't a fan of the first Raid, so I never got around to the second one. Is it even worth it to see the second one?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It is.
Oh yeah,
But I'm
very worth it.
I'm still gonna go Star Trek.
You want
Yeah.
better story, better development. The second one is really good.
Yeah.
Better action sequences.
But instead of America, I should have said Indonesia. Fuck yeah, because I think that's where the movie comes from, right?
Yes.
Indonesia.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but Austin.
Yeah, apparently those guys are known as the Barbarian Brothers, and they also do
Oh my God.
Oh,
That's not real. There's no way that's real.
It's real. It's real. Yeah. Logan, Leo Logan. Throw it
are you
there.
sure that's not like a German film or something weird like that?
I do know. Here's what I do know, Richie. All their movies are pretty much available on Tubi, so that says a lot.
Oh damn! Marathon.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm voting for the Raid 2 because it rules. But go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm also gonna vote for the Raid 2. The Raid 2 is awesome, but Star Trek's really good, but I think the Raid 2 just does action better. So yeah.
Yeah.
Richie.
Again, this is sort of a case of different type of action. Yeah, it depends what you like. I like Star Trek. I think it was more engaging than I thought it was going to be. Not being a Trekkie myself, but yeah, the Raid 2 is just my type of action. It's just the type of action I sort of I enjoy. So I'll go Raid 2.
But yeah, that kitchen fight scene. There's a reason why I used that scene for tournament fights for so long because that was awesome. But I mean,
these guys did like 50 movies together. What the
I thought you said 5 movies.
Dude, like I swear, they did like in all the movies they did together. What the fuck? Hold on, I'm about to pull up a really bizarre one.
Oh no!
Where do you see this one? Holy shit!
Well,
all right.
Well, Chris, what are your thoughts here?
Star Trek 9 is my second favorite Star Trek movie behind Massacon. I love it a lot, but way too fucking spool. That car chase scene in the last hour of that movie is one of the best car chase scene I ever seen in any movie. Like,
oh yeah,
that is like the last 20 minutes of that movie is some of the best action sequence all the time. I like it more than the first one actually. I wish they did another one. I wish they did a third Raid so much. And I can't wait for the Tom Hardy one to come out on Netflix in a couple of weeks. Like,
yeah,
by the time, yeah,
because they're like Uwe, whatever the lead guy is. Yeah. They put him in the Expendables, and I don't know why that didn't.
Equal ways.
Yeah.
And anybody wondering what the director doing that? They're doing a movie with Tom Hardy on Netflix that looks freaking awesome. That like can't wait to see what that.
Nice.
Yeah, the Raid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, the raid wins. But before we move on, these, you know how all these action guys eventually do a kids movie. You know, they all.
Oh my god!
They did a movie called Twin Sitters.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Holy shit!
I would not allow those guys around my kids.
That is the most 90s fucking picture I've ever seen.
Look at that hair. Yeah, man.
One looks like Raggedy Ann and Andy or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look at what everybody. I have more questions. Look at everybody has a more bizarre outfit than the next person in that poster. I could look at this poster for an hour. This is like what?
I don't even think those guys went to costume. I think they probably just showed up the set like
and
that.
where are they? They're bigger than the background. Where are they standing? They're standing on a miniature set. They have to be, right?
Yeah.
They're bigger than the landscape. Okay, but all right.
So guys, are you gonna now watch it? Are you gonna watch that movie?
I'm gonna watch all these guys' movies on Tubi and report to them on Long Time First Time. Yes, I'll watch all the Paul brothers, the Barbarian Brothers movies. All right, Sin City and Baby Driver is, I think, our last matchup here. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Zach.
Yeah, I like both these movies. I'm gonna give the slight edge to Sin City though.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
What are we doing? Okay. Baby Driver. Go ahead. I'm just looking at more Paul Brothers movies.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that they're both really good, but Baby Driver just slaps. It's just like with the music and like the way that that's edited. The editing's really good too, and just a weird fun fact. So one of my favorite comedians to watch on a podcast is Mark Norman, and on one of the podcasts he revealed that these cousins with Ansel Elgort. They're very distant cousins, but they met a few times and they've been on podcasts together and stuff. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, I'll go with Baby Driver. It's good. But Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I like Sin City stylistically, and some of the action is really good. I like Frank Miller's. I always like Frank Miller's work. Yeah, A Baby Driver sort of gets me with like the soundtrack, and then I think it just I think the pacing and the characters. So I'll go Baby Driver, but I do like Sin City.
But yeah, that the remix of the song Tequila, they call it Tequila. That was really fun for like the trailers, the way they edited it in there. It like really like is fun, yeah. But Chris, what do you say here?
Yeah, I like Sin City a lot. But I have to go, despite having two problematic actors in it, Kevin Spacey and Ansel Elgort, who cannot seem to save his life. Baby Driver, I love Edgar Wright. Anything Edgar Wright would vote for all the way through. Maybe it's that for Late Night Soho, but everything else, I love him.
Yeah, those two are really weird. I don't know the full like story, but it seems like both of them are on the verge of maybe coming back, but I don't know. We'll see. but Nick, what do you say?
I have not seen Baby Driver, so I got to go with Sin City. I really like it.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Yeah, all right.
Good.
So I think it'll be Baby Driver.
Yeah.
All right, and that'll go through. And yeah, that'll be it for this side. So let's hit the speed round and let's see what wins this damn thing. Let's do it.
I feel the need for speed.
All right, so here's how it works, guys. You guys know the speed round. Just give me those quick votes. Let's get it done, and I will write down all the winners of this one. So bear with me for just a second as I do that. But yeah, because the Sweet 16 will hang on to our championship episode. So all the winners of these matchups here in this round, I will add to the master list here. So yeah, so we're starting out with the Italian Job and the Avengers. With me, I'll go Avengers. Jordan.
I'll go the Avengers. Yeah.
All right, Richie.
Avengers.
Chris, yeah.
Italian Job.
Italian Job. Nick.
Marvel's The Avengers.
Yes. Zach.
Avengers.
All right, so the Avengers. We'll move on. Give me just a second as I write these down, just for the master list. The Avengers from 2012, not the other one. That's not a good action movie.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. All right. Going down to Avengers Endgame and Fast and Furious. Jordan.
I'll go with Endgame.
Richie.
Yeah, okay, I'll go Endgame here.
Okay. All right.
Avengers Assemble. Endgame.
Endgame. Yep. Yeah, Nick. Endgame. Zach.
Endgame.
Yeah, and for this round, I'll go Endgame. So we'll get an Avengers match on the next round. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Avengers Endgame. All right. Going down to Furiosa and Logan. So, all right. Richie.
Furiosa.
Chris.
Logan.
Nick.
Logan.
Zach.
Furiosa.
I might go Furiosa here. Jordan.
Well, I really do need to get a Logan poster in here because I have the Furiosa one back behind me there. But I'll go Logan though.
All right, we have a tie to Chris. Moving up.
Sorry, Furiosa, Logan. Had to go Logan here.
Yeah.
No, all right, so Logan. So we
Chris,
got all.
You can come back anytime you want.
Got all comic book movies going through so far, so we'll see what happens here. We got Kingsman and The Matrix. Chris.
Matrix.
Nick.
Wow. The Matrix.
Zach.
Whoa.
Kingsman.
I'll go The Matrix. Jordan.
Yeah. Dodge this. The Matrix.
And Richie.
Matrix.
And I think you're going to get your wish, Jordan. 1 and 2 are going to go up against each other in the next round.
1 and
so.
2. Baby.
Yeah, I know.
Do
Yeah,
it.
so that should be fun. All
You guys
right.
voted Spider-Man special.
All right, The Matrix.
They'll both be in the championship now, so
Yeah, they'll both be in the
Yeah.
championship. Fury and Kill Bill Volume 1. Nick?
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Zach?
Kill Bill.
Yeah, I'll go Kill Bill. Jordan?
yeah, I'll go with Kill Bill.
Okay. Richie?
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Okay. And Chris?
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. All right. So Kill Bill Volume 1 moves into the championship. All right. Going down to Star Trek Into Darkness and Edge of Tomorrow. Zach?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll go Edge of Tomorrow. Jordan?
I'll go Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah.
Richie?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. Chris?
Yeah, I go with Live, Die, Repeat, aka Edge of Tomorrow.
Yep. And Nick?
Star Trek.
With 1 vote. All right. Sounds good. All right. Edge of Tomorrow moves into the championship. Civil War and Inception. This is a tricky one. Just to mix it up, I'll go Civil War. No. Jordan?
It's not too hard for me. I'll go Civil War.
All right. Richie?
Civil War.
Civil War. Chris?
Inception.
Inception. Nick?
Inception.
Inception and Zach.
Inception.
Inception. Okay, so we got a tie, and we go to Nick for the tiebreaker.
Inception.
Inception. Was,
Oh,
all right. Close.
Oh my God.
I want to see Civil War in the championship, but
Yeah. Not quite, but very close. Going down to Minority Report and The Dark Knight. Jordan?
The Dark Knight.
Okay. Richie?
Dark Knight.
Okay. Chris?
They made it to disappear Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Nick?
Why so serious? The Dark Knight.
Yeah. And Zach?
Yeah. Dark Knight.
Yeah, and I'll clean sweep it for The Dark Knight. All right. So Dark Knight
Yeah.
championship as well. We got some all-timers here in this championship, at least even in this bracket. So, yeah. All right, yeah, because I mean, look, Dark Knight, Inception, it's Tomorrow,
Yeah, right.
Matrix, all bangers. Yeah, Logan and Cambridge. Damn, this is gonna be tricky. We'll see what happens here. All right, we've got Across the Spider-Verse and Batman Begins. So Batman v Spider-Man. Richie.
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. Chris.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse. Nick.
Batman Begins.
Zach.
Spider-Verse.
I'll go Batman Begins. Jordan.
Oh shit.
Man, I'd love to see a crossover where like Batman's doing his little flying thing through the air, but then Spider-Man comes and swings and like fights him like that. But I'll go Batman Begins.
All right, Batman Begins. So Batman Begins and The Dark Knight move into the championship.
Ooh.
All right. Okay. Writing that down. Batman Begins. All right. Going down to The Batman and Mad Max Fury Road. Chris.
Mad Max Fury Road. We need something other than Batman.
Okay. Nick.
Mad Max.
Max. Zach.
Mad Max.
Man, this is tricky because I'd love to see The Batman against Batman Begins, 2 kind of origin movies. But I think the more iconic action movie might be Fury Road, so I'll go Fury Road. Jordan?
Yeah, it's got to be Fury Road.
All right. Richie?
Fury Road. Yeah.
Fury Road. It would certainly change the tone of that movie if they played that during some of the action sequences. As they're just like,
So I'm gonna do a parody with that,
Ryan.
like where like they're doing the action scene, but then the family truckster, like
The family truckster rolls
like
up
rolls
beside
in,
the,
yeah.
beside the semi truck. Yeah.
besides that, and then you see like Clark looking
Yeah.
over doing like the big eyes or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Enemy, I wish I knew how to edit shit like that. I would do it, but
Yeah, right.
Enemy of the State and The Hurt Locker. Nick.
Enemy of the State.
Okay, Zach.
Just because I've seen the full thing so far, Enemy of the State.
Yeah, these are both really good. I'll go Enemy of the State though. That's good. Jordan.
Man, you gotta rewatch The Hurt Locker. That movie rules.
I've rewatched it. It's good. It's good.
I think it's way better than Enemy of the State, so I'll go The Hurt Locker.
Okay.
Richie.
Enemy of the State.
And Chris.
The Hurt Locker.
All right, so close one, but Enemy of the State.
Man.
All right.
Man,
Maybe
Independence Day gets like a weird amount of love in this community. I don't know.
Because it's
weird.
really good. It's really prevalent now. Like it just works.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn close. All right. So going down to Skyfall and Avengers Infinity War. I think we've had this matchup in a previous tournament before. It looks familiar. Zach?
Infinity War.
Yeah, I'll go Infinity War. Jordan?
I'll go with Skyfall.
Richie?
I need to take 10 seconds.
Okay. Fair enough.
9, 8, 7,
Yeah.
6.
Infinity War. Infinity War.
All right, Chris?
We already got 2 Avengers movie on here. Like with James Bond, the second best Bond movie, Skyfall.
Okay. Nick?
Infinity War.
Infinity War. All right.
But Jonathan, with the Fury Road joke, like, hey kids, look at those farmers over there. Clark, those are bullet farmers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clark. Yeah.
I got Kick-Ass and 300. 2 more kind of not MCU or DC, but comic book adaptations of graphic novel adaptations. Me, this is tricky. Again, I think we've seen Kick-Ass in a couple of recent tournaments. We don't see 300 a lot. I'll go 300. Jordan?
Yeah, but I'm a big Kick-Ass fan, so I'll go with Ass Kick.
All right. Richie?
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. Chris?
They both have one problematic plot, but I would go with Kick-Ass.
Nick?
300.
300. Then Zach?
300.
300. So we got a tie to Zach.
300.
300. Okay.
Ooh, wow.
Okay. With the comeback there. All right. 300.
That totally flip-flopped after 3 Kick-Ass votes.
Yeah, it sure did. Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Right. I think Deadpool would fit in pretty well with the Guardians of the Galaxy, actually. I think he would.
Yeah, he would.
With them, yeah. That might not be bad. Jordan.
Oh, man, this one's really tough, but I think I got to give the edge to Deadpool. He's just like a little... it's a character I vibe with a little more, but not much more, just a little.
Yeah. Richie?
I'm gonna go Guardians here.
Guardians. All right, Chris.
Yeah, I kind of had to go with the better villain, out in Galaxy Volume 3.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Nick.
I'm going to go with the better action sequences, Deadpool.
And Zach.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and I'm kind of with Nick. I'm going with the one with the better action, which is Deadpool. So it's a tie to me. I'm gonna go with Deadpool here.
Yeah. Deadpool.
All right. Let's see. I wouldn't mind either one, but yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
All right. Going down to Mission Impossible Fallout and Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. Yep.
Let's get a Deadpool match. Oh, come on.
Well, but I feel like one would easily wipe the floor with the other one, but we'll see. Richie?
Oh man. Fallout.
Chris?
They're going with the one the better Cavill, Fallout.
That's right. Cavill's in both of them, so it's true.
Yeah,
he's got the cameo. Yeah,
true.
The Cavalry. That's right.
Yeah, the Cavalry. Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wolverine. All right. Zach.
Fallout.
I'm gonna go Fallout. Jordan.
And I would have gone Deadpool and Wolverine.
All right, we're very close, but Fallout takes this one. Okay. All right.
I think the wrong Deadpool made it, but that's fine.
Well, I mean, they weren't up against each other, so it is what it is. All right, Mr. Muscle Fallout. All right, going down, we got the Raid 2 and Baby Driver final matchup here for the championship. Chris?
I think you should go Rush Butter at the Raid 2.
Raid 2. Nick?
The Raid 2.
Raid 2. Zach?
Baby Driver.
Raid 2. Jordan?
This one's really close for me, but I'll go with the Raid 2.
All right, and Richie?
The Raid 2.
Okay, the Raid 2. All right, final one in there. There you go. All right, so yeah, we got some bangers here in the championship, so we'll see what happens and see who wins this bracket. It's got a lot of heavy hitters here. All right, so we'll just wind it on down. We got our ones locked for the championships. Let's see what wins this bracket. We got our Avengers matchup, Avengers versus Avengers Endgame. Nick, kick us off.
The Avengers.
Avengers, Zach.
The Avengers.
I also go The Avengers. Jordan.
Only one of these movies nearly makes me cry, so I'm gonna go Endgame, like easy, actually.
Richie.
The Avengers.
The Avengers and Chris.
Yeah, the payoff is better in Endgame than the Avengers.
All right, but the Avengers. since
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
It's
That's
got a
surprising.
less confusing
problematic.
plot. Less problematic plot for me. So yeah, no time travel. You got Logan and the Matrix. All right, so there's your 1 and 2, Jordan.
There it
All right,
is.
but you got a second to think about it because Zach's up first.
Logan.
I'll go with the Matrix, Jordan.
So the only reason why I'm going this way is because it does action better. So I got to go with the Matrix. So just one.
All right, Richie.
The Matrix.
The Matrix, Chris.
Sorry, Logan, the Matrix.
Matrix and Nick.
There is no spoon. The Matrix.
The Matrix. All right, yeah, tough one there.
I should have tried to get Logan to win one of these things. I don't know if it's one.
It's won a tournament. It's won a tournament.
We don't allow the Matrix not to shout out the Avengers.
Yeah, I'd have to look through the things, but I'm pretty sure Logan won a tournament at some point.
Okay.
Kill Bill Volume 1 and Edge of Tomorrow. This tricky one. One has more consistent action through the whole movie, and then one has a really great action scene. I'll go Edge of Tomorrow, actually. Jordan?
Jesus, freaking close. I think I gotta go with Kill Bill.
Kill Bill.
The choreography is great.
Yeah.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Chris?
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. Nick?
Kill Bill.
Bill and Zach. It's gonna be close.
Kill Bill.
Kill Bill takes it. Okay. Kill Bill.
Right.
All right. Going down to Inception and The Dark Knight. So Nolan versus Nolan. That's right. Jordan.
Yeah. Inception and The Dark Knight. Oh, I'm gonna go with The Dark Knight. Yeah.
Dark Knight. All right, Richie.
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Okay. Chris.
Let's put a smile on your face. The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Dark Knight. All right. Nick.
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Zach.
Inception's higher on my list, so Inception.
And I'll go The Dark Knight. But to answer your question, Jordan, Logan won a 2017 ladder series tournament.
Okay.
It has won one before.
Okay.
It is a tournament fight winner. So yes.
Nice.
Has won before. Yes. I had to go back and scroll back. 2017. So it makes sense. It makes sense. It was one of the better movies of 2017. So
Yeah.
all right. On the other side, we got Batman Begins and Fury Road. Richie.
Still Fury Road.
Fury Road. Chris.
Dark Knight already made history on Man of Max Fury Road.
Fury Road. Nick.
Batman Begins.
Okay. Zach.
Mad Max.
I'll go Mad Max. Jordan.
I'll go with Fury Road. Yeah.
Fury Road. Okay. All right. We got Enemy of the State and Infinity War. Chris.
And Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Sorry, Gene Hammond.
Nick.
Infinity War.
Zach.
Infinity War.
I'll also go Infinity War. Jordan.
I'll go Infinity War.
Richie.
You know, who's also a great runner in movies? Will Smith. Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Infinity War. All right. We got 300 and Deadpool. Nick.
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Zach.
300.
I'll go 300. Jordan.
Yeah, I'll go with Deadpool.
Deadpool. Richie.
Deadpool.
Deadpool and Chris.
Deadpool.
Deadpool moves on. Okay. Going down, we got Fallout and Raid 2. Oof. Zach.
Fallout.
Fucking hell. This might be the toughest one so far for me. You know what? Just because we never see it in any of these tournaments, I'll go the Raid 2. Jordan.
Yeah, not so hard for me. I'll go the Raid 2.
Richie.
The Raid 2.
Chris.
The
I'm
Raid.
sad about
2.
that.
Raid 2.
I don't want this to be random.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want this matchup. Nick.
The Raid 2.
Raid 2. Okay, it's hanging on.
Right,
Could be a dark horse here. We'll see how it goes. All right. All right. So back over on the left side, we've got the Avengers and we've got the Matrix. All right. So here we go. We are going to got to update my thing here. The Matrix.
I'll go Justice for Endgame and also the Matrix rules. I'll go the Matrix.
Okay.
The Matrix.
Matrix. Okay. Chris?
Yeah, Justice for Endgame, The Matrix.
Matrix. Nick?
The Matrix.
Okay. And Zach?
What I think is the better movie, The Avengers.
Okay.
Better movie.
Ooh.
I'm trying to think of that. That opinion.
And there we go, the biggest heel turn. That's right.
Heel
Yeah.
turn, that's right.
Yeah.
You just kicked Cody Rhodes in the balls, Zach. How dare you?
Yeah, right.
All right. Kill Bill Volume 1 and The Dark Knight. Jordan.
His name is John Cena. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go with this is really tough. I'll go with Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. Richie.
I'm gonna go Kill Bill here.
Kill Bill. All right. Chris.
Dark Knight.
Okay. Nick.
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Zach.
Yep, Kill Bill.
Fuck. You know what? Just because we never see it in these tournaments, I'll go Kill Bill. We don't see it that much.
Yeah.
So why not? Yeah. All right.
We really don't. Yeah.
Yeah, we really don't see it a lot. Okay. All right. Going to the other side, we got half of our final four here. So the other half will be Mad Max Fury Road and Infinity War. That's an all-timer. Richie.
Oh,
Right?
God.
See, look. Zach is the Agent Smith of the panel.
Yeah, that's right.
Fury Road.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Avenger had to go with Fury Road here.
Fury Road. Okay. Nick.
Infinity War.
Infinity War. Zach.
Infinity War.
This is tough. It's like 2 in my 128. Yeah, it's shit. You know what? In this case, I'll go with the one that has more practical shit in it. I'll go Fury Road. That'll be my only reasoning here.
Yeah, I'll go Furry Road, which is a completely different movie.
Furry Road is a different movie. Yes. That's that one weird aisle at the Comic-Con that all the weirdos hang out on. Yeah, Furry
Yeah,
Road.
I used to go and take pictures with those guys, and then people told me, no, that's a sex thing. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, weird community.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Deadpool and the Raid 2. Chris.
It's time for the Dark Horse. Bring me some Raid 2.
Yeah.
Could be its time. Nick.
Raid 2, baby.
Me too, Zach.
Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the mood for an underdog winner tonight out of some of these four. I'll go Raid 2. Jordan?
And I'll vote for it because I want to see a scene from the movie if it wins the Raid 2.
I mean, it'll probably just be the trailer, but it'll have some good action in it. You know what I mean? All the scenes are the fight scenes are super long. I can't play a 5-minute, fight scene.
Well, I mean,
we would get copyrighted to shit if I played a 5-minute scene.
Well, yeah, no, but just make it short. Yeah.
Yeah. But Richie?
The Raid 2.
Raid 2. Okay. Could be its time. All right. So we got some interesting ones here. We got some all-timers and some underdogs here.
It's going to be one of the toughest Final Fours I've ever had.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
We'll be betting putting Fury Road.
We'll see. All right. The Matrix and Kill Bill Volume 1. Nick.
The Matrix.
Matrix, Zach.
The Kill Bill.
You know what? I'm kind of feeling like a double underdog championship. I'm going to go Kill Bill.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling too. Even though I absolutely adore The Matrix, I'm going to go Kill Bill just this time.
Richie?
Yeah, I'll go Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. And Chris?
Kill Bill.
All right, 2 dark horses could make it in there. We'll see if the
Wow.
Raid 2 can overtake Fury Road. You guys get going up against a heavy hitter with Fury Road. See what happens.
Who's going to
Zach.
face the bride? We'll see.
Yeah.
Mad Max.
Yeah, again, I'm feeling the underdogs tonight just because they don't get a lot of shots in these tournaments. I'll say Raid 2. Jordan?
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that too. Let's go with the Raid 2.
All right, Richie?
I don't know if I can do it with like the.
They both usually Patrick effect.
With your home country represented?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Fury Road.
Fury Road.
All right.
Okay, Chris?
Like keep the underdog going. Raid 2.
All right, it's going to be close. Nick?
Come on, Nick.
The Raid 2.
All right, it makes it.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
So, all right, we got kind of a
Yes.
got a little dark horse finale
Let's go.
here. So 2 dark horses have made it to the finals. Kill Bill Volume 1 and the Raid 2. All right.
Now is where it gets tough. Oh.
Yeah. I don't mind either one of these, but again, we barely see it in any of these tournaments. I'm going to go the Raid 2. And it seems like it's most people have seen it on this panel, and I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we see the Raid Redemption kind of more than.
Well, the Raid, I will say the first Raid because it's not in this tournament. The Raid is a previous tournament fight winner, won our one location tournament. So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, so it has won tournament way back when. It's like
Kind of like
it was,
better than the original.
the
Way,
Raid
way back
won.
One
Yeah.
location.
It was our
Yeah.
we did a one crazy night tournament and then a one location tournament. But it was our 23rd unique winner out of now we have like 200 something, Jordan. So yeah.
Yeah, right. We got a
That's
lot.
how
Yeah.
far back it was. Yeah, how long
Yep.
have we done this? But
But
you
yeah,
want
I think I did.
yeah.
I want to give it to the Raid 2. Yeah.
Right to Richie.
The Raid 2.
Me too. Chris.
Yeah, more consistent movie on the Raid 2.
Me too. Nick.
We could have had Keanu Reeves versus Iko Uwais. How dare you people? The Raid 2.
Yeah.
And Zach.
Well, I haven't seen the Raid 2 since we've started this tournament. So Kill Bill.
Okay, fair enough.
Good watch.
But,
It's a good one.
but the Raid 2 takes our
Hey,
second
watch it.
action tournament. Nicely
Yeah,
done.
there you
All right,
go.
cool.
Raid 2.
Cool. A nice,
Cool.
unique underdog winner. I like it. I like it. Yeah, it's great. And
Let's get the Raid 3 cooking. Come on, we want to Raid 3.
Some
No,
amazing action sequences.
beginning Havoc in April.
And like
Yeah.
Jordan said, he used to use a piece of that kitchen fight is incredible at the end of the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty great.
Yeah, it's
So
really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
If you guys
so-
had not seen on AMC Plus, their show that they did that's similar to the Raid, Gangs of London is really freaking good.
we picked the only one that John and Kara on this whole tournament had not seen. Yeah, you got to remedy that, bro.
Only
Raid 2
one?
is awesome.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish you guys
Yeah.
did that.
I will say of the 16, the Raid 2 is the only one I haven't seen. So
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't think that there's a male out there that won't enjoy something from the Raid 2. It just is. It's because it's just so good. But yeah, so that was fun. We got part 2 in the books. So
Well, the Raid 2 1 action part 2. It makes sense. So there you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
The sequel one and the sequel to the action
Okay,
series. So
that's right.
yeah, but
That's John Wick Parabellum will win action part.
Well, funny you should say that because part 4 has like 3 John Wick movies. So good luck with that.
yeah, right.
Ooh.
Yeah, they all ended up in like one bracket. Yes.
Yeah, one bracket.
That's
yeah.
going to be fun.
Uh-huh.
We instead got all the
Yeah.
Batman movies.
Yes,
Yep,
that's
yeah.
correct. We got a lot of comic book movies tonight, like a ton. I remember I was
Yeah.
going, but damn, this is comic book heavy tonight for sure. Even graphic
No,
novel
comics,
adaptations, lots of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, lots of comics.
Yeah, so we'll have 3 and 4 next week. So and we don't always do it for these mystery series. We don't always do them all in a row. That's just how the schedule worked out best this month. So yeah, so it should be fun. So we'll just do some plugs, and that'll do it for us tonight. So we'll go to Richie first. Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me looking after this whinging dog. I'm finishing in a second. You know when I'm doing plugs, don't you? Yeah, you can find me.
No, you're about done.
You can find me tomorrow. I'll be on Rankin, counting down Robert Pattinson movies. I think believe Jacob Al's going to be on there as well. So that should be fun. Yeah, you could find me watching movie Partners. I don't know. I'm more than curious about that movie now, and that Michael J. Fox movie was
Yeah, right.
that's
I need to see that Michael J. Fox movie too. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah. It's from Fashireka. Lonely Marks will be the next episode. We'll be reviewing a AEW Revolution. So, and just going over the news, so check that out. Pretty much, pretty much it. And all good.
Yeah, sounds good. And Chris, what do you got going on?
You can find me here, January. You can find me here. Probably be back in a couple of weeks for TV Fight Championship. Pretty soon for Tina here, maybe get to my group, and then over ASAT with the tournament when we get done with round 1, and I made it through round 2. Anywhere else, play I hear there anywhere. Letterboxd. I do a lot of blind spot. You just see my rating for both Insomnia and Memento for time watches. I have my rating off for both of them. Really love both.
Ooh.
And yeah, anywhere else.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
And I'll just say this, Jordan, before real quick. I did find I'm uploading right now a sort of fan-made tribute to the Raid 2 that showcases a little more of the action more than a trailer. So I think you'll enjoy it.
Nice.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And it actually, oddly enough, is using the Doctor Strange trailer music from back in the day. I don't know why, but it works.
Nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
It does have good trailer music.
Yeah, it's good.
It does. Yeah. But Nick, where can we find you?
You can find me in any kind of movie space doing things like this. I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you guys for having me. You can also find me at the Iron Bed 1993 YouTube channel, straight down there. But yeah, this was fun. I had a great time.
And you'll see Nick back here for part 4. He'll be on with us next Friday. So yeah, that should be fun. And then Zach, what do you got going on?
Mostly YouTube and Letterboxd at MovieFanZ. You can find me at Multiplex and Lights Out Trivia, and I'll be back here for part 4 next Friday as well. And just a lot of different places. So
yeah, sounds good. And Austin,
what you
got going?
Yeah, no, you can go back last night. Myself, Richie, and Steven Shepard did a little Gene Hackman tribute on Wheel of Movies, and we did Crimson Tide, an underrated Gene Hackman movie. So you can check out our discussion of that. We had a good discussion about that. Lonely Marks Wrestling Podcast, which we linked to in the Movie Hero Network Facebook group. We talked all about the Elimination Chamber, the John Cena heel turn, which everybody's pretty aware of now. So we did went in on that. So you can check us out there. And then next Friday, I'll be on Ryan Permison's Anti-Quote channel. It'll be we'll be doing the watch along for the Jordan, the 35th anniversary of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990. So so we'll watch along right before Tournament Fights next week. It's a short enough movie, but I'll be on there, and then I'll be here right afterwards. So it'll be fun.
Great Sam Rockwell movie.
Right? Yeah, right. Anything you want, you got. That's right.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you'll find them out on East Lairdman Island. Yeah. But I mean, I'll keep it fairly short, and I figured that with these plugs, sometimes I go a little long, so I'll just mix it up. I'll always tell what we have coming for Tournament Fights and Tier Ranker, but then I'll mix our other stuff up. So you can find all of our social media down in the description. I'll just say that, and then I'll say if you're not subscribed and you're currently watching, definitely hit the subscribe button, or tell someone else to subscribe and to share out the video. We really appreciate that. And then I am still working on getting the extended schedule out. That's just I've been really busy with a lot of other stuff. One of the things that I'm working on that I'll just give a little preview to. So I decided I wanted to put together a top 64 of the decade so far at the halfway point that I want to do at the halfway point of the decade, which is about June of this year. Will be actually right around the halfway point of the decade, and then. At the end of the decade, I'll make it 128. So we'll wait 5 more years to get the 128. so yeah, but and then there are a few auxiliary things that I'm trying to put together. I don't know if we have we have a round 2 match coming for the Seen and Heard movie trivia, but the contestants are kind of twiddling their thumbs on it. I haven't really heard back from it, so we may even move it on to the next one and come back to that one. We'll kind of see how it goes. I'm just not getting a lot of like movement on it, so stay tuned for that. We'll have another tournament match soon. So yeah, but and then I also hope to do some Seen and Heard music trivia too coming up soon. So if you want to try your hand at some trivia based on the music from different movies and TV shows, a little TV round in the middle, just let me know. Even if you don't think you really know that much about music, it's just fun to just listen to some great music from these movies. I usually give some pretty good hints. I don't make it totally impossible to guess these movies, so it's not like too hard. But and then we will be doing best to worst on our favorite family movies of all time. I'm just waiting to hear back from Wolfman. He needs to get me his list of all of his favorite family movies. As soon as we do that, we'll have an episode for you on that. But I just give him a little time because I know he's big into Oscar movies, so we let him have the weekend for that, and now we need that from him. So, and then we'll be doing some music themed tournaments with a bunch of like bands and singers and different things that going head to head. So I'll be posting that soon too, probably on all of our social media. So, and if you have any suggestions for like bands and singers and just music that you love, you want to see it go head to head, we're open to pretty much anything. We'll do it on the Patreon so we can play clips from all the songs. We did a really fun one with Elton John versus Queen, so really good times. So that's over on the Patreon. You can see it there. Yeah, but as far as tournament fights and tier ranker go, what we have coming up, I already mentioned the part 3 and 4, the action series. We have our best TV shows of the 70s and earlier coming up for essentially our last round of the TV series before the championship. So we are on a quest to determine the best TV shows of all time. So that should be a fun one when we get there. And then we'll be doing the next 64 unique tournament fights winners. So we got that coming up fairly soon. So we'll be talking about more movies that have already won tournaments before. So it'll be a very tough one. But then we have our best action movie of all time championship will be at the end of the month on March 25th. So it'll be a Tuesday, and that's when we'll wrap this whole action mystery series up. And then to round up the very end of the month, we have Austin's birthday episode. He'll be doing a Godzilla tournament of all the Godzilla movies, all the Japanese ones, all those. So that should be a good time. And then we have a best family movies tournament that's going on at the beginning of April. With that, we have the TV Team Record Championship will be Friday, April 4th. So that's when that's going to happen. So we'll have some all-timers going head to head. So I'm looking forward to that one a lot. But and then our friend of the show, Malcolm Lay, he'll have his birthday episode, which he decided that they want to do a parody/spoof movie tournament for his birthday. Into that, just let him know and see, and we'll try to get you on for his birthday episode. And then Austin, briefly, I mentioned it during the show tonight, but we got the Battle of the Hulks, which will be Mark Ruffalo versus Ed Norton versus Eric Bana. So you will see Troy that was here tonight. That'll be on that one. And then our next ladder series will be the best movie of 1995. So we'll be getting back to the yearly ladder series on that. And then let's see, at the end of April, we have a little tournament that'll be movies based on books. So it'll be a whole 3-part series on just movies based on books, which is way more than 128. So we'll have to kind of narrow it down to some of the like top, like best of the best ones, that kind of thing. And then also, I just wanted to throw it out at the very beginning of May. This will be the last one that I'll plug, but it'll be my birthday episode. So I'm doing a little unique game that's going to be called the King of the Movie Mountain. So for this, I'm going to need about 9 people or so. And how it's going to work is I can't give you too many details, but what I'll say is I'm going to scoot everyone over to the side like we do when we bring up the tournament or the other graphic. You just have to throw out random movie titles. There'll be a theme, and the whole goal of it is to try and figure out what the theme is, and if you can make it to the top of the movie mountain. So if you get it right, then you'll move up the ladder. If you get it wrong, you'll move down. And some people might even move down to the green room, and there'll be other people popping in and popping out and that kind of thing. So it should be a fun time. So yeah, we'll just do that and go for like a probably just over an hour or something like that. So yeah, but that's what we have going on. So yeah, that will do it for us tonight, guys. So this has been a lot of fun tonight, and I'm looking forward to some more action coming up. So yeah, but we'll call it good here. So we'll say for Richie Goodacre, for Chris Diaz, for Nic Hernandez, for Zachary Shelton, for Austin Howell, I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we'll see you next time.